Meowdy. Hello. Happy Friday. It is the weekend. Or almost the weekend. Well, it is the weekend, kind of, sort of. It's the weekend, yes. This counts as the weekend. I'll say it. Thank you, Nua, for the 5-month sub. Thank you. I appreciate it. That is very sweet of you. Let me say hello to everyone. Hello, Miggles. Congrats on first. Hello, Panis. Hello, Uni. Hello, Fita. Hello, Amadis. Hello, Nua. Hello, Flufo. Hello, Blood. Hello, Rising. Hello, Austin. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you've had a good week. It's only been, like, one day since I last streamed, but I hope you had a good week regardless. I hope it's been good. Hello, Latai. Welcome in. I was looking forward to playing Umineko, and I'm very hyped. I vaguely remember what happened last time. Very, very vaguely. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back into it. It's been too long. It's been 5 billion years since the last Umineko stream for sure. Since the last stream in general, not really. But yeah, but basically, one day is basically 5 billion years. But yeah, it's been pretty much exactly 2 weeks since I last played Umineko, which that's a long time to not play a visual novel for, but oh well, I'm sure I'll get back into it. I like vaguely remember there being some romance set up to fail by Beato, and I couldn't really figure out if she was actually being super supportive or actually wanted everything to fail. I can't really gauge what her personality is like. We'll see. But so far, I think she's really nice. Oh my god. Rip Skip. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hi. I hope you had a good time playing Easy Delivery Cooperation. I don't know how to say that. Hello Skip. Hello Quentin. Hello Nu. Hello Artie. Hello Erratic T. Hello Monta. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you had a good stream. I guess I can close the tab because then it's just gonna be my stream. I still had you on in the background. It was fun for the most part. It's a bit grindy now, but that's okay. It looked very relaxing and very fun. I want to play that game at some point as well, but there's a long backlog to get through before I can do that. Yeah, it looked very good. It was very relaxing watching you, and also very funny. I'm glad you had a good stream. Thank you for the raid. I hope you can relax now a little bit. I know you said you wanted to watch my Umineko stream. I feel so honored. Thank you. Hello, Derek. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, I was just about to start. Oh, thank you for the hydrate as well. I'm glad I got to raid you for once. Yeah! You streamed so early today. I, like, by coincidence, had Twitch open and I saw the pop-up and I was like, let's go. Since, like, usually in the evening, I'm not really at my desk anymore, and I don't really watch Twitch, after hours, yeah. So it was nice to be able to catch a stream and also get a raid from you. I feel so honored. Hello, Nixoni, welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about. It's time to get into Umineko. I was doing a little recap so that I myself can remember what happened last time. We had the whole Joji and I have to remember their names now. Shannon, romance, cringed romance where I died multiple times. And then we had Shannon smash a mirror to, I don't know, free Beato's powers partially, and I don't know. Kanon has some stuff going on with Beato. He doesn't like her, and he had something going on with Jeshka, and it didn't go so well. It was very awkward and very sad, and kind of depressing, but it is what it is. Let me figure this out. I'm gonna disappear. And then I'm gonna... What do I press? No, that's the wrong button. Do I not? Oh, yes, I do. There we go. Jishka dressed as Marisa and sang Toho music a couple decades too early. Yeah, that honestly was my my favorite part of the episode so far. I really love Jishka. She's so cute. She's become like one of my favorite characters so fast. Thank you for the 10 streak, Miggles. 10 streams of waking up at 6 a.m. That's crazy. I'm very proud of you. Kanan rejected Jishka and didn't share his real name. Yeah, that was so depressing. He kept rambling on and on about how he's furniture, and I really hope that we can learn more about it this episode. I want to. I need to. There was the scene where Rosa's... Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Struck Maria in the train, and the scene where Klaus shared his insecurities. True, true. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, we had the scene where I would have liked to grab Maria by the neck and like choke her. But you know, other than that, it's been pretty good. I have a feeling that we're gonna see more child abuse, unfortunately, but no, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna stay optimistic for now, and we would just hope that it doesn't happen again. Episode 2 really endeared me to Jishka. She's awesome. I love her. Yeah. Hello, Idom. Welcome in. Oh, there we go. No, not choke Maria. Shit, did I say the wrong name? Rosa! not the little girl. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna... I was the wrong person. My bad. That'd be kind of crazy. I'd be no better than Rosa. I guess we should both be choked and thrown in front of the train. But yeah, I think that's about it in terms of things that happened. And now they're all back at... Or they're on their way back to the mansion anyway. I think they haven't boarded the plane? I'm not entirely sure. Child violence on this channel. Yeah, I'm sorry. You gotta report this channel to Twitch now. My bad. Problematic streamer alert. But yeah. Do we have any? We have some log. Yeah, they bought some candy and she was sharing the candy. But yeah, some things are different. Maria and Batara had their first meeting again. Second first meeting after 6 years of not seeing each other. And it was different. They had a different interaction. Last time I think he was trying to like pick her up or something, and this time it was about the Halloween candy or something. And it was very cute. And she said she wanted to be a witch. Which witch you can see here. Beato. Buki and Rosa gonna 2v1 Maria Golden Fantasia style. What is Golden Fantasia? Oh, is that the fighting game? Skip played the fighting game the other day on her stream, and it was very funny. I don't know. I think Nu said they wanted to clip Joji's like idle animation like in the character selection menu. I don't know if they did. Bouncy Joji, he was so funny. I did clip. Hold on, let me pull up the clip for people to look at because it was insanely funny. I want to show it to you guys. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Can I just share the rip skip clip? Yeah, look at that. It's so funny. That was really good. I need to play the fighting game when I finish the visual novel at some point. Spooky, unfortunately, I might have to say this. I shared something in the games channel of the server which you might want to see. It refers to Kanon and the Umineko fighting game. Okay, that's very ominous. Don't look into the game too much as I think it can take. So can I look at that? Oh, that's so cute! Is that... Oh, I don't really know the character's name. Is it Reimu from Toho? That's very cute. Very adorable. Very, very cute. But yeah, the fighting game does look very fun. The animations are very well done. It's at least partially voiced, which surprised me. It looks very good. Time to become pro fighting game players. I did actually play a fighting game at some point. I forgot which one though. Was it a Fate? No, it was not a Fate related fighting game, I don't think. I forgot which one I played. But it was pretty good. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub to Mingles, Fita. Thank you. That is very nice of you. I appreciate it. Also, hello, Lark. Welcome in. Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear. Oh, it's none of those. Which one was it? Ah, I don't remember. I don't see it in my installed games list. Did I uninstall it, maybe? Man, we'll never find out. Or maybe we will. If I remember, I'll look into it during the Melty Blood. Oh, it might be Melty Blood. I don't... Yeah, it was Melty Blood type Lumina. That one. Yes, yes, yes. Sub emotes, yeah! I did play the Fate and Tsukihime ones a lot back in the day. I did like Melty Blood. I played it for a whole 98 minutes, which was crazy. But it was fun. I just don't really have anyone to play it with, so I haven't touched it again. But it was fun for the little bit that I played it. Was pretty good, was pretty good. But yeah, anyway, so I think we can just get started on the reading. I don't really have anything else to say. Oh, milady, what are you doing in such a place? Madam was looking for you. I'm here because I don't want to be found. Anyway, I'm sure she just wants to scold me, like, is your appearance alright? And watch your language. Without a doubt. She knows it. You know, when the day of the family conference comes, I always start thinking about this witch for some reason.
Oh?
I don't know what it is about Kumasama, but she's creepy to me. I don't know. She seems super sweet a lot of the time, but also she's kind of creepy. And why might that be? The family conference is the day when everyone related to grandfather gathers. I hear that this time, even Batara's gonna be coming after 6 years. What if, just like that, some relative who hasn't shown themselves for several decades suddenly shows up? That's what I'm always thinking about. Oh, we're already being hit with the sudden question of, is there a, what was it, 19th person? I already forgot the exact number. Kumasama always seems like she's hiding something. Yeah, kind of. She seems like a sweet old lady, but like, I feel there might be something else to her, you know? Foreshadowing is a literary device. There is definitely foreshadowing going on right now. It's the usual question that they keep talking about every single time. Could a relative like that exist? I mean, Beatrice-sama. Nobody knows her background. Could she be grandfather's mistress from long ago? What if one of her descendants suddenly appears and tells us to return the gold we were given or something? What if she really is a family member? That would be kind of fucked up. What if she is Ushiromiya Beatrice? No, that doesn't really work. Claus-sama and the others will probably discuss the master's inheritance problem this year too.
こうも魔女の黄金の話で盛り上がっては、黄金を与えた魔女本人がそろそろおいでになってもおかしくありませんね。
Once they got so fired up talking about the witch's gold, one could hardly be surprised if that witch herself were to show up, yes?
熊沢さんはさ、辞めたり勤めたりと忙しいけど、現実さん並みに昔からここに出入りしてるわけでしょ?
Kumasawa-san, I guess you keep quitting and getting rehired, but you've been here as long as Genji-san, right?
ベアトリーチェのこと、もっと知ってるんじゃないの?
You know more about Beatrice, don't you?
さて、
She 100% does. Look at her! She's hiding something! There was the theory it was like Beato's granddaughter, one of the characters suggested in episode 1. Yeah, a relative of Beato. Something like that, but what if she herself is the relative? It would be kind of messed up if she was somehow related to them. I was thinking in the way that Beato showed up in episode 1, or at least Maria said so. Oh my god. Who knows?
思い出そうにもこの老いぼれ。今朝の朝食すらも思い出せませんので。
Even if I try to remember, this old woman here can't even recall what she had for breakfast this morning.
熊沢さんはいつもそういう言い方で逃げるけど、何か知ってそうなんだよな。
Kumasawa-san, you're always dodging with those excuses, but you know something, right?
知ってて物陰で笑ってるみたいな陰湿な雰囲気が時々するぜ。
Sometimes you feel kind of devious, like you know something and you're laughing behind our backs.
これは手厳しい。
That's harsh.
隠し事など何もしておりません。
I don't have any secrets.
私から申し上げられることは、
The only thing I can say is that Beatrice-sama is the Golden Witch.
ベアトリーチェ様は黄金の魔女であられて、この島の夜を支配されているもう一人の主人であられるということだけでございます。
And that she is the other master who controls the night of this island.
じいさまの受け売りかよ。
Okay, now you're just repeating the stuff grandfather said.
給料もらってるとはいえ、じいさまの妄言に付き合うのも大変だな。
It must be a pain to play along with grandfather's crap even though you get paid for it.
ただ、これだけは申し上げられます。
She's so scary. I don't know what it is about her. Old woman scary. Hello, Lalo. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. I'll never get over her laugh and like her little bunny teeth. They're very cute. I like her visually, but she scares me. Yeah, she's a bit ominous. A little bit suspicious. However, I can say this much.
何?
What?
六軒島は太古の昔、小豆島と呼ばれて恐れられてきました。
In ancient times, Rokenjima was feared and called Azukishima. How do you say that? Atsuki? I don't know. Bean Island.
小豆は悪食がなまったものと言われ、本当は悪食島と呼ばれていたのだと、漁民たちの間では伝えられておりました。
The Azuki is said to be a corrupted form of Akujiki, and in fact it was called Akujikishima, Evil Appetite Island. That is what is told among the fishermen. Appetite. I don't know. It's kind of funny that it kind of refers back to food. When Beato is very food focused, like all of her examples are tied back to food or food culture. Hello, Taylor. Welcome in. What are we doing today?
前にも聞いたよ。
I've heard about that
こ
before.
の辺は暗礁が多くて海難事故が多かったから、領民たちが恐れてむやみに近づかなかったって話だろ?
Supposedly there's lots of sunken rocks and shipwrecks around here, so the fishermen got scared and stayed away whenever they could, right?
悪食島には悪霊が住み着いていて、太古の昔から人々の魂を喰らい続けてきました。
Evil spirits settled down in Akujishima, Jesus, and have continuously eaten the souls of people since ancient times. So this is kind of like a little bit like Higurashi, no? Where Hinamizawa has this dark backstory and this other name that people have given it, with the demons crawling out of the swamp and killing people and, I don't know, maybe even eating them, killing them in ritualistic ways and offering them up to Oyashiro-sama and stuff like that. It's kind of similar, in a way. Evil appetite, just like me. For real, though. Waiting for the inevitable, when will you get off the island? How long is a piece of spaghetti line? Don't worry about it.
この島に関わり、命を奪われた人間はあまりにも多いのです。
Quite a few people lost their lives because of this island.
それを旅の修験者だかなんだかが例の社を作って鎮魂したんで収まったってんじゃなかったっけ?
And then that monk, the traveling Shugenja or whatever, built that shrine. Reposed the souls and settled them there, right?
うさんくせえ話だぜ。
Sounds pretty crazy, though.
その鎮魂の社はこの夏、暗き闇を引き裂く紫色の不気味な雷で打ち砕かれたとか。
And that shrine for the repose of souls was destroyed by an eerie violet thunderbolt this summer, which tore up the darkness of the night. Violet thunderbolt, very interesting. So if that shrine contained the evil or like the souls of the people that were consumed, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. I did not mean to actually move forward. I wanted to go back to the log. Could it be relevant that random fishermen's souls were set free because of us destroying the shrine, basically, as Shannon? It wasn't thunder. Shannon's scream was just that loud. Yeah, it was so loud that everyone saw a violet flash. Kumasama-san, you really like those stories.
確かに鎮魂の社が落雷でなくなっちまうなんて不気味だが。
Okay, sure. It'd be pretty creepy if a thunderbolt took out a shrine.
まあ、もともとオンボロだったしな。
But, well, it was all worn out from the start.
ちょっと高い波にでもさらわれたんじゃねえのかな。
Maybe it just got washed away by some big wave.
眠りから目覚めた悪食島の悪霊がベアトリーチェ様を呼び寄せたのです。
The evil spirits of I cannot read this, I'm so sorry. Akuji Kishima woke up from their slumber and summoned Beatrice-sama. Why would they do that, though?
もしベアトリーチェ様が親族会議に訪れられるようなことがあったなら
If Beatrice-sama happens to pay a visit to the family conference, I think I misunderstood which souls were supposed to be trapped in there. It's not the fishermen, right? It's the evil spirits that ate the souls of the fishermen, something like that.
あったなら
If she does? Kumasawa fell silent for a moment. Jeshika was pressing her to keep going, so that gap felt strange and eerie. When Kumasawa noticed that she had Jeshika plenty scared with her silence, she grinned broadly.
はてさてどんなことになるやら
Well now, I wonder what would happen. Why is she so creepy? Maybe she herself is an evil spirit, who knows?
そいつは素敵じゃないかよ。
Whoa, that sounds great.
でしょ?
Of course.
たまには優雅な時間を得て、あなたの心を豊かにするのも、あなたの仕事に役に立つんじゃないかしら。
Won't you be able to do better at work if you get a chance to enrich your heart by living the good life every once in a while?
だな。
Yep.
心と財布は豊かじゃなきゃいけね
Can't live right unless both your wallet and your heart are enriched after
え。
all.
わかったよ。その日は開けておくことにする。
Sure, I'll keep that day open.
予約を頼むぜ。
Go ahead and make reservations.
わかったわ。絶対よ。
Okay, don't even think of missing it.
ああ、よろしく頼む。
Yeah, I'm counting on you.
愛してるぜ、キリエ。
I love you, Kiria. Wow. I think Kiria of the Ushiromiya girls, I think I like her the most. She's pretty cool. I do like her. But so far, I think my favorite character might be Jessica. I really like her. After kissing the receiver, Rudolph hung up. Before his seat, there were several executives with their sleeves rolled up, eagerly awaiting the end of that phone call.
すまん、待たせたぜ。
Sorry to keep you
アメ
waiting.
リカから連絡は来たか。
Have we heard anything from the States yet?
はい。外線にデイル渡辺弁護士からです。
Yes, you have a call from Dale Watanabe, the lawyer. What a name.
おつなぎします。
I'll transfer it.
結局のところ、感触はどうなんだ。
On the whole, how's it going?
それが一つ芳しくないようでして。
Well, there does seem to be one unfortunate matter.
先方は裁判をも辞さないつもりのようです。
It appears the other party has no intentions of withdrawing from the trial.
やっぱりごまかしきれねえかな。
Guess there's no fooling them.
つないでくれ。
Please transfer it here.
わかりました。
Understood?
すぐに。
I'll do that right away. The executive ordered that the external line be transferred to the secretarial office. At once, the phone in the front of Rudolph rang.
もしもし。
Hey there.
ハローハロー。
Hello, hello.
お待たせしました。後ろ宮です。
Sorry for the wait. Ushiromiya
どう
speaking.
もどうも。
Thanks,
い
thanks.
かがですかそちらは。
How's it going on your end?
Hello, President Ushiromiya.
That's so funny. I was watching Gachiakuta and couldn't place where I heard a VA, but it's the same guy as Rudolph's. Oh, I was planning on watching that too at some point, eventually. Maybe after I read the manga, we'll see. That's pretty cool. I like his VA. Hello, President Ushiromiya.
挨拶は抜きで本題に入りましょう。
Let's skip the pleasantries and jump into the main
いい
issue.
ニュースと悪いニュースがありますが、どちらを先にしますか？
I've got good news and bad news. Which would you like first?
悪いニュースが先がいいな。
Might as well start with the bad.
デザートがないと頑張れないたちなんだ。
I hate fighting when there's no dessert.
わかりました。
Very well.
悪いニュースは先方が当方を告発する準備に入ったということです。
The bad news is that the other party is getting ready to prosecute.
つい先日、類似した裁判で原告が圧勝する判決が出されました。
Just a few days ago, a similar trial resulted in a decision in favor of the plaintiff.
被告側も当方が主張するのとほぼ同じ内容で論戦していたのですが、すべてにおいて却下されました。
The defendants were using roughly the same arguments we planned to use, but they were rejected in every case.
残念ながら、このまま法廷に臨めば、当方の主張はことごとく却下される可能性が極めて高いでしょう。
I'm afraid to say it, but if we face the courtroom as we are now, it's extremely likely that each one of our claims will get rejected.
例の裁判、全滅だったか。
So that trial ended up being a total bust after all.
うちより有利な条件だったと思ってたんだが、
And I thought their position was even more solid than ours.
そりゃ辛いな。
That hurts.
で、いいニュースは
Okay, what about the good news? Can you try doing a southern accent or a valley accent for this guy? I don't think I have it in me. I'm sorry. I'm not good at imitating accents. I can barely do a German accent, and it wouldn't be right to do any other accent because I'm only German. I say that as I have tried doing an Italian accent and a French accent before. Don't mind that. Very fun so far. Kei Urana has a good sense of humor, in my opinion. I've heard really good things about it. Is it just me or is Rudolph kind of moe? I think he's kind of cute. I do kind of like him the most out of... well, do I like him more than Eva? Eva is kind of, she's Eva. She's the way she is, but that's also kind of awesome. I do like Rudolph out of the male siblings the most. The only competition is Klaus, and I hate Klaus, so I guess that just automatically makes him the winner. But also, he's kind of cute. I don't know. The fact that he says, I love you to Kitty on the phone with other people present. The fact that he is very soft-spoken. I like his face. He's very cool. I don't know. I like him. I did not like when he told Kitty to shut up, basically. But, you know, aside from that, I think he's kind of cute. He's got the makeup going on. He's at the heel of Kitty. I think that's pretty I think that's very cute. He feels like a well-written male character. Remember the Five Nights at Freddy's stream where you said Bouton French? I did. I don't even remember that. He didn't just make smoochy noises, he kissed the phone in front of the execs. They're jealous. Yeah, it's kind of cute. I don't know. That he isn't... I don't know. I feel like Klaus wouldn't do that on the phone. You know what I mean? Rudolph is kind of... meh. He loves her, and he doesn't shy away from showing it to her in front of other people. It's kind of nice. I like it. I managed to contact the executives of the other party. Explained the situation we're in and told them we have no intentions of tarnishing their brand's image and managed to get an understanding. They'll send us their terms over the next few days, and if these are carried out, they promise to withdraw their charges. This is their proposal according to the number 2 man on their board of directors. Your impression? To be honest, I expect their terms will be extremely severe. Huh? Oh my god, my phone already died. It's not that hot in this room. Okay, well, that's why I have 2 phones, huh? I think my old phone is completely died at this point. I think it's game over for it. I'll just have to... Hold on. Give me 1 second to switch the phone. Por favor. Klaus would talk about how Natsuhi is calling him even though he didn't ask. True? You know, maybe he'd be a little bit happy, but he wouldn't show it for sure. We estimate that changing the company name and the brand name will be inevitable. I think we'll be able to earn some leeway by playing with the amount of settlement money, making a public apology in a major newspaper. And carrying all this out within a reasonable amount of time. They sure are making this complicated when they could just tell us to go broke. They only recently switched to a new president, and their groundwork hasn't been completely laid yet. If you resist until the bitter end, they fear the forces opposing the current president won't hesitate to aid their enemies. Hence, their big shots want this matter settled as quickly as possible too. So we might still have enough leeway to get them to mitigate their terms if it'll lead to a quick settlement. Either way, are we still looking at a crazy sum of money? You need to be prepared for that. Even that would be much cheaper than paying punitive damages. Thank you very much, sir. Please contact me if anything new happens. We're paying you the big bucks, so no idle chit-chat.
Thank you. Goodbye.
I don't know why it's so cute when he talks English, but it is. You'll see the phone in the Golden Land. I sure hope so. Rudolph hung up the phone. The executives sitting in the reception seat seemed to have guessed at the contents of that discussion.
聞こえたか野郎ども。
You guys hear that?
まあそうじるとだ。
Simply put,
金さえ積みや堪忍してやるぜってわけだ。
they'll forgive us if we can pile up enough money.
あとは金の高だけを争点にすりゃいい。
Now, all we've got to do is haggle over the amount of that money.
しかし社長、
But, President,
渡辺氏の示した和解金の想定額はあまりにも膨大です。
the likely sum for the settlement Mr. Watanabe indicated is too much.
それだけの余裕はありません。
You don't have that much of a margin.
こんなことになるって分かってたら、高くかなんて始めんじゃなかったぜ。
If we'd known this would happen, we'd never would have started diversifying.
3年しのげれば資金的危機は脱出できる計算でした。
The calculations were that we could escape a capital crisis if we managed to endure for 3 years.
まさかここで刺されるなんて本当についてない。
To think we'd be stabbed at a time like this, how bad can our luck get?
ホップステップジャンプのステップでこけちまったんだもんな。
I guess we fell at the step of the hop, step, and jump.
泣けるぜ。
It's enough to make you cry.
メインバンクから金を引っ張るしかありません。
We have no choice but to draw the money from the main bank.
銀行はまずいな。
Banks are no good.
連中は勝ち馬にしか金を出さん。
They only bet their money on winners.
景気は上向いてるが、銀行に弱みは見せられね
The economy's improving, but we can't show weakness to the banks.
社長、
President,
妨害に資金はありますか？
do we have access to any funds that are unaccounted for? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
我々の把握していない資金です。
Funds we are unaware of. I don't know if that's what you wish for. If you have funds that are unaccounted for, that means that you're basically embezzling? No? Unless they mean that they might have another source of income for quick bucks.
え。よせやい。
Quit it.
俺がそういう男に見えるかよ。
Do I look like that kind of
俺
man?
の財布の中身は全てお前らにさらしてるぜ。
The contents of my wallet are totally exposed to you guys, okay?
そこにある帳簿が我が社の全てだ。
The account books over there show all our company has. So no embezzlement.
なら金策が必要です。
In that case, we need to raise money.
数百万ドル単位を引っ張れるスポンサーが大至急必要です。
We need a sponsor who can draw in several million for us as soon as possible.
社長、
He looks like that, man. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't take him to be that type of guy. Klaus, on the other hand, he would do that sort of stuff. Isn't that exactly what they accused him of, too? To be embezzling Kinzo's money? See? He would do something like that. I can see it. But, Rudolph? I don't know. He seems too moe. I have a sweet spot for him.
社長の交友関係でなんとかなりませんでしょうか。
President, couldn't something be worked out with one of your personal connections?
社長、
President,
社長。
President!
ああ、落ち着けてめえら。
Ah, calm down, you bastards.
金策は俺が何とかする。
Let me worry about raising the money.
お前らはガタガタせずに業務を維持しろ。
You guys just keep the business running without making too much noise.
金さえ積めば向こうは許すと言ってるんだ。
Our accusers are saying they'll let us be if we can show them the money.
すでに俺たちはアジアに太いパイプを持ってる。
We've already got thick pipelines in Asia.
いろいろ響くだろうが、取引は維持できる。
Things will probably be shaky, but we'll be able to maintain our current deals.
要は金さえ積めりゃ、全て解決できる問題なんだ。
Basically, if we can just bring the money together, we'll be able to solve all our problems.
見てろ。俺が全て解決する。
Just you watch. I'll fix all of this.
お前らを路頭に迷わせなんかしねえぞ。
I won't leave you out in the cold.
大船に乗った気でいろい。
Time to start getting your hopes up
無
again.
事に解決したら、お前ら全員をシャンパンタワーでねぎらってやるぜ。
Once this is all behind us, I'll be rewarding all of you guys with a champagne tower.
約束する。
I promise you
だ
that.
から黙って俺についてこい。
So, shut up and follow
いい
me.
な。
Got it? I don't know. I'm not liking the fact that he's making big promises like this. It's just bound to go to shit, you know? A little embezzling never hurt anyone. True as well. He would just cheat on his wife, etc. No! It's all accusations. No one knows if that really happened, okay? It's implied, but who knows? He might be okay. He might not ever do something like that, yeah? This sounds like the kind of problem a pile of gold would work wonders on. Oh, I wonder where we could get that from. I'm gonna assume that they're kind of showing us the motive behind why each individual character might be the quote-unquote traitor, the killer, the person behind all of this. But for some reason, I have a tough time accepting that it's all one person, even though I've seen one person do crazy things in Higurashi, you know? It still feels insane to think that it could just be one single person doing all of this. I don't know, I feel like there's more going on and that it's not just a single person pulling the strings. So even if they do show me everyone's motives for potentially killing off a whole family, or for doing some killing at the very least, it doesn't really... I don't know, it doesn't really seem that feasible for one person to kill all of them, because it would have had to be one of the people left alive, and it was only the cousins at the end. Unless, what's her name? Natsuhi killed everyone and then died herself. That'd be kind of crazy, but maybe it's a collective effort. Maybe in an attempt to take all the gold from Kinzo, the siblings all killed each other and also the servants. And, yeah, maybe that's all it is. Greed bad, that's why people die, that's why you kill your family members. Murder mysteries do need a motive after all, true? There was the suggestion that someone pretended to be a body, true, that as well. Very possible. I think the characters even suggested at the tea party that, or well, not the characters, Batra suggested that, you know, if it's not magic, it could be any person, literally, that died. Everyone could have faked their death, you know, Nanja could have been in on it and everything. So maybe it's just a collective effort. Maybe everyone is in on the shit and everyone is killing each other. Hello, Grak. Good afternoon. Welcome in. The airplane shook suddenly, probably due to a turbulence. Rudolph was jostled awake. He'd woken early that morning and ended up drifting off to sleep while resting in his seat.
大丈夫?
You okay?
まだだいぶ眠いんじゃないの?
Are you sure you aren't still sleepy?
このところだいぶ仕事が忙しかったようだし。
After all, it seems you've been really busy with work lately. Oh yeah, she doesn't really know about his issues at work.
仕事が忙しいなんて大いに結構じゃねえか。
Being busy with work is nothing to complain about, right?
俺が暇になっちまったら、俺たち明日から路頭に迷うぜ。
Once I've got nothing left to do, it won't be long before we're out in the cold.
そうね。
Good point.
バトラ君も帰ってきたんだから、二人で物乞いすればいいって問題じゃないわよ。
Now that even Batara-kun's back, we'd be looking at worse than just the two of us going around begging.
そうだな。
Yeah.
6年ぶりに家族が揃ったんだからな。
Our family's all together again for the first time in 6 years.
家族水入らずで過ごせるよう、課長が頑張らねえとな。
So the leader of our family's got to give it his best if we want to spend some time alone together. When he looked out the window, he saw that the airplane had already started to drop in altitude considerably. The fishing boats, which had only looked like black grains a short while ago, were starting to become clearly recognizable.
親父に土下座して、げんこつ一発で1000万借りられるなら、1ダースくらいもらっときてえところなんだから。
Where are we at? We're finding out about Rudolph's financial trouble at work, his work issues. Basically, the characters are still on their way to the mansion. And, yeah, we're kind of just learning little bits and pieces about each and every one of them. Even Goda isn't above suspicion. I keep forgetting he exists. He's not on my mind. It is so sad because he's an asshole, but he isn't like the worst character ever. But I keep forgetting about him. He just seems so unimportant. But maybe that's exactly what Irukishi is going for. Maybe Goda is the one behind all of this. The most forgettable character. I think the truth is that Kiria's design is the one I like the most, more than her personality. Yeah, I do think I also like her personality, but her design is really good. Her voice is very melodious too. Agreed. Am I remembering right that last stream ended on a scene with Rosa and Maria? It went on a little bit after that. We saw a little scene after where, you know, Batara met Maria for the first time again, and that's where it ended. But yeah, basically. Hello, Zazzle. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. My beloved golden chef. Goda is just a casual asshole in a lobby with a bunch of rankers. True! That is very well put. That's actually very well put. I like that. If I could prostrate myself before father and get 10 million yen every time he slugged me, I'd do it a dozen times. He slugged me? What does that mean? You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Slugging someone? Slugging someone. What does slugging someone mean? To hit very- oh, okay. To hit very hard. Damn! He just wants people to appreciate how good he is at his job. I guess so.
さもなきゃとっととお隠れになってくれりゃいいんだが
Or maybe he could just go and die already.
散々すねをかじって今度は遺産目当てか
I've always depended heavily on his financial support, and now I'm after his
俺
inheritance.
は地獄行きだな
I'm headed straight to hell.
そりゃこんな俺に親父も会いたくはないだろうよ
I can hardly complain if father doesn't want to meet the man I've become. That's a very specific way to put it. I wonder if he means, like, literally doesn't want to meet him, or doesn't want to get to know him, and only sees him as what he was before? Is this Rudolph's creative way of saying he needs exactly 120 mil? Yeah, basically. Could it be that, once again, you do not plan on making an appearance at the family conference? Once again? I'm a little bit confused. Because, like, shortly... Okay, so at the beginning of this episode, we had the whole scene where Joji's family, Eva and Hideyoshi, came to the Oshiromiya mansion, and they were basically pitching new business ideas, right? And they wanted to lend some money for Hideyoshi's business. And I think that was before the family conference, and that was when Kinzo was still showing himself. Why did he not show up at the last family conference? It is very strange. I thought that if he was showing himself a little bit prior to this family conference, he would have shown himself at the last one too. Nanjo looked at Kinzo's face, sighing. Kinzo's eyes remained rooted to a strange book on magic. Man hates his family. Hard to blame him. I mean, I feel like Kinzo is kind of an asshole, like a bigger asshole for like hitting his kids and basically giving them trauma to no end. Basically making them into the people that they are today. I mean, it's all kind of on the parents a little bit. Kinzo does private audiences but gets shy in front of a crowd. It's very cute. Yeah, I guess technically he's just moe. You can blame him for them being like that. Exactly. It's his fault in the end. I have no intention of joining those vultures in their debates. They can discuss how they'll suck my bones dry on their own. How utterly contemptible. Oh my. How troublesome. He's very old man core. Nanjo shook his head slightly. To him, children and grandchildren were lovely things. He believed watching them grow was the only way to truly enjoy old age. So, Kinzo's words were very saddening to Nanjo. If the time comes for me to leave this room, I will show myself. Just as she does not show herself yet. When Kinzo raised his face, his gaze pointed at the portrait of the witch, which was respectfully displayed on the wall. Kinzo's mind didn't dwell for a moment on the fact that today was the family conference where all of his beloved relatives would gather. It was filled only by the face of the witch in the oil painting, who never smiled except inside the portrait. Everybody knew that interrupting Kinzo when he talked about Beatrice would trigger his wrath.
私は今日ある儀式を執り行う。
I find it kind of interesting that it's mentioned that Beato doesn't smile except for in the portrait, when we basically only see her smile when she shows herself to Shannon and stuff, or just to the reader in general. Today, I will hold a certain ceremony.
それは何ですかな?
And what might that be?
儀式というよりは博打に近い。
Perhaps it is closer to a gamble than a ceremony.
なぜならリスクを負わぬ魔法に奇跡は宿らぬからだ。
After all, magic without risk can never house a miracle. Nanjo had heard Kinzo say this many times before, as have we. You might even call it a pet phrase of Kinzo's. Kinzo apparently believed that magic and miracles could occur if you gambled your own fate with a certain amount of risk and triumphed.
かつて黄金のギャンブラーと言われた金蔵さんが
Not sure why we put exists in quotation marks, but not Kinzo's beloved family true. She hates Kinzo, he deserves no smiles. He doesn't, okay. So when we saw her like standing in front of Kinzo when Kanon was looking at her, she didn't seem like she hated him, and she never talked about him badly. She only called him like a fool. But it seems like she was more sad for him. She pitied him almost. I don't know if she really does hate him. It didn't come across to me like that, but we'll see. I wonder what sort of gamble you're making.
いつお迎えが来てもおかしくないそのご老体で一体どんな博打に挑みますやら。
As the man who was once called the Golden Gambler, and who's now so old he might pass on at any time.
これは見ものですな。
This should be well worth watching.
なるほど。
I see.
研究を尽くした秘術の儀式も魔法にたけぬお前にかかれば博打呼ばわりか。
He like takes offense to it so quickly. So the secret ritual I have developed after much research appears to be nothing more than a gamble to one unversed in magic such as you. He literally called it a gamble earlier.
まあいい。
Very well.
奇跡を信じる私が勝てば。
If I have faith in miracles and
お
win,
前の目には水鏡にしか見えなかったであろう我が研究のすべてがこの日に結実したことをはっきりと理解できるだろう。
you will see clearly on this day that all my research did bear fruit despite it seeming to be little more than the product of my eccentricity.
お前が勝てば
If you
見
win,
たままの通りいつ迎えが来てもおかしくない年寄りの水鏡に終わるだけだ。
it will all end just as you have already seen, as nothing more than the eccentricity of an old man who might leave this world at any time.
一体どんなギャンブルを始めるやら。
Just what sort of gamble could you be planning to take?
あなたの友人としてその賭けに、いや儀式でしたか。
As your friend, that bet or ceremony as you called it.
その儀式にあなたが勝てるよう心からお祈りするだけです。
I can only pray most sincerely that you achieve victory in it. I don't know if you should be wishing for that. It doesn't seem like it ends well for you personally, Nanjo, but just saying. I hate Kinzo. I hate Kinzo too. The Kinzo hater club right here.
感謝する。
I'm in the I feel uncertain about what to think of him. I don't know enough about him, but so far he's a little bit of an ass at the very least. Let's just put it that way. He deserves bad things happening to him, but do I hate him? I don't know if I would say that yet. Yes, I thank you.
そういえば金蔵さん、
Speaking of which,
今
Kinzo-san,
年の親族会議には懐かしい客がおられるそうですな。
have you heard that a much longed for guest will be present at the family conference this year?
何
What? For once, Kenzo reacted to Nanjo's words and turned around.
ほら、
Batora?
ルドルフさんのところのバトラ君です。
He's probably like, ah, that guy. I thought you were talking about Beto. That's right, Batara-kun from Rudolf-san's family.
6年ぶりにおいでになるそうじゃありませんか。
I hear he'll be coming after an absence of 6 years.
と立派になっていますよ。
I'm sure he's became a splendid boy.
なんだバトラーか
Just as expected. He does not give a shit. I'm writing Kenzo rules on every bathroom wall. We'll see how I feel about that statement later down the road. Oh, Batara.
6年ぶり程度の客人など懐かしいなどと呼びはせぬ
I wouldn't call him longed for, a guest who's failed to show up for a mere 6 years. After hearing Batara's name and making a disappointed and ill-humored expression, Kenzo turned his back again.
金蔵さんにとっての6年など、この部屋で研究に没頭すれば、あっという間のことでしょうからな。
I imagine those 6 years went by in a flash for you, considering how you've immersed yourself in your research in this room.
本当に懐かしい客は
However, we might actually receive a visit
あるいは訪れるかもしれん
from a truly longed-for guest.
すべてはルーレットの出目次第だ
Everything depends on the results of the roulette.
すでにルーレットは回り始めている
The roulette has already started to spin.
ルージュかノワールか
Will it be rouge or noir?
今宵ルーレットがどんな奇跡を見せてくれるのか楽しませてもらおうではないか
Tonight, let us enjoy ourselves as we see what kind of miracle the roulette will show us.
配当は大きいぞ
The payoffs are large,
そして負ける気はせぬ
and I don't intend to lose.
ベアトリーチェよ我が賭けを受けるがいい
Beatrice, accept my bet. At that time, the telephone on the table rang. The piercing sound seemed to irritate Kinzo, and he picked up the receiver to preserve the silence as much as he could.
何事か
What is it?
私は忙しい
I'm busy. He's so angry. I love it. I don't know. As much as I think he's an asshole, it's kind of funny to see him kind of go 180 every single time. He's like kind of normal in one moment, and then he goes fucking berserk over Beto, or he goes off on a family member, and it's really funny to me. It's really, really hilarious. I don't know why. I like when characters kind of lose their shit, and he fits the bill. It's very good. Who needs the love of your family when you have hype moments and aura? Who has that? I would say the only person who has hype moments and aura is Maria. She kind of pops off. She's so cool. Kinzo is the angriest of angry drunks. Yeah, I forgot. He's constantly drunk. Also, hello, KBC Jazz. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. That reminds me, I was watching the anime Kamina Botan. I forgot the whole title of the anime. Something fully blossoms when drunk or something. The one that I was talking about on Wednesday too, I think. And it's basically about girls, you know, kind of indulging in alcohol, and you learn a lot about alcohol, and they get drunk pretty often. And in one episode, they had absinthe. And I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my god, absinthe mention, Kenzo Shiromiya, where are you? I was going a little bit crazy, even though it's just, you know, an alcoholic beverage. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny because I don't ever see it mentioned anywhere. I didn't even know it existed before I started playing Umineko, so I thought it was kind of funny. Funny, yes, hated even more so. That's okay. I'm sure I will come to hate him soon enough. He's been yearning for like 50 years, lots of emotions built up with no healthy outlet. Yeah, that's true. yeah. It's very good. I recommend it. Had some great absinthe in Brazil once. I actually walked past a store that sells absinthe. I don't know if it was like a bar or something, but I think it even had absinthe in the name. So I'm pretty sure they specialize in like different types of absinthe. And I was joking. We were walking past it and I was like, hey, do you want to go inside and like grab some absinthe? But then I was like, maybe that's a bad idea. At some point, I will do it, maybe, just for the fun, to understand what the fuck Kinzo was on about. Was it special occult absinthe? Probably not. I'm pretty sure whatever Kinzo's having is pretty fucked up. It's pure fire in your mouth. To be honest, that's like all kinds of alcohol to me because I don't really drink anything ever. When I do, it's like very mild stuff. And I'm very much not used to it, so I feel like anything would kill me, so I might as well take a sip of absinthe and see what Kinzo was on. It's good to mix with water and a bit of sugar. I don't know if I can take a whole shot. I don't know if I can do that. I think I might perish. I've never had a shot of anything because, again, I don't drink alcohol. Very rarely do I do that, so I'm not used to it. I think I might perish. Genji speaking. Everyone has arrived. What of it? Just serve them some tea or something. Certainly. I will do so. I just realized Kinzo kind of talks in a way that makes him appear drunk. I never really paid attention to how he talks except for when he's like bawling his eyes out, but he does kind of sound like he's drunk at all times. He probably is. Kinzo hung up the phone rudely. Looking at that, Nanjo sighed yet again and shifted his attention outside the window. As he is now, I doubt Kinzo would pay any heed to any sort of guest. Could any guest possibly make Kinzo come out when the time comes, as he said? Kinzo had a single person in mind, but that was a guest who certainly wouldn't appear. Nanjo stared at the witch of the portrait with her impassive expression, unable to decide whether she was smiling or sad, and then gazed up at the lead-colored sky. Lead? 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 Lead. They mean lead, right? I don't know, she seems... Is she? She's not smiling. Not really. She's kind of... It's more like a neutral expression, if anything. I wouldn't call it sad either, though. It's a very neutral expression, in my opinion. Drunk rambling, pretty much. Like the metal. Okay. It's like the Mona Lisa's expression, in my opinion. Ooh, butterflies! I feel like the Mona Lisa looks like she's smiling, but Beato is not. What the fuck? Yo! Oh, I got an achievement! What? I got an achievement for this? Was that a chapter end? What did I get? Oh, I don't want to spoil myself by looking at other people's achievements on Umineko. I got, welcome back to Rokenjima. We do hope you enjoy your stay and also survive. Okay. We will see about that. Kind of cool how like the purple void stuff is all over the place. Very cool. But feels like it implies something. I feel like it's more neutral. I wouldn't know what it implies. It's the face you pull when you need to sit in pose for 200 hours for a portrait, basically. You're like, please let me out. But yeah, oh god, this song is kind of going crazy. There's gonna be an ad break in 2 minutes, so I'm gonna take it now, and I'll be back in 3. Okay, I'm back. So, are all the pieces in place? Shall we line them all up again and start a new game? Any objections from you? What? Huh? Thank you. I'll come back to you too. Why is Batra here? Nope, none. The witch looked at him challengingly while elegantly smoking her pipe. She's smoking crack. We have fucking Kinzo, absinthe addict, and then we have her, the crack addict. I love this track. It sounds really good so far. And Batra, he just rudely shrugged his shoulders as if he didn't care what she did. He didn't meet her eyes, but that didn't mean he didn't intend to challenge her. It showed his clear determination to never be taken in by this bastard's tricks. It was an expression of his determination to fight. Don't tell me you're jumping into this without a plan. I don't even know how you'll make your first move, so I've got no plans or anything. Go ahead and move first. Naturally, I'll do so. How shall I break down your defenses? How many moves will it take to checkmate you? This is where you'll see me at my finest. I don't think we've had this Batra expression yet. He looks kind of cute like this, looking sideways with the big blush on the face. I love the blush that Ryukishi gives them. Very, very cute. No matter what moves you come at me with, I won't believe in you. As long as I stand my ground on that point, I won't lose. And that means... This game's built in a way that makes it impossible for you to win. Perhaps you're right. However, I'm the one who decides how many times we'll hold this game. We'll repeat it over and over again until I win and you acknowledge your defeat. See? In other words, this is torture. An eternal torture that shall continue until you surrender to me. It shall go on endlessly until you acknowledge me and the existence of witches. Oh my god! Yet another very cute expression. It kind of sounds like... I don't know. We were talking about it during the Paper Mario stream, but it kind of feels like... It's like purgatory in a way, but also not really, because... it's not necessarily like hell, even though she talks about punishment, but it more so feels like purgatory, especially considering the fact that they were all like kind of brought back by magic and stuff. Maybe they're all already dead, and this is like a sort of purgatory state that they're in. Trying to like see it from a supernatural perspective. And like with the whole talk of demons and witches, it kind of feels like it could have some relevance. Then I'll play your game endlessly as many times as it takes until you run out of patience. I've never lost in a test of stubbornness. Oh, did a certain witch plant that idea in your head? Very well. I'm tired of listening to you ramble. Come on, get this started. Then let us begin. I already know all of your moves. A defense doesn't amount to much if the plan behind it is known. Don't think you'll be able to defy me with the same moves. Beatrice, I've got just one thing to say before we start. What is it? Go ahead and say whatever you want.
だが、俺が信じるかどうか、
However, whether I believe you
常に
is something
俺が
I'll
自
decide
分で決める。
for myself.
貴様の魔法がどれほどのものだったとしても、
No matter how impressive this magic of yours is,
俺の魂は屈しない。
my soul won't yield to
こ
you.
れは俺への拷問だと？
You think this is torture for me?
違うね。
You're wrong.
ならばなんだというのか。
Is he like actually aware that they're gonna quote unquote play this game again? Is he aware that she's gonna try to get the sacrifices and to, I don't know, open the gates to the golden land, something like that? Which could also be like referencing heaven or hell, if you think about it. Heaven more specifically, because it sounds like a paradise of sorts where everyone comes back to life and everything is nice and happy. You've given in to witches already, a little bit. I don't know, I feel like when I talked about it during the Paper Mario stream, I was like, huh, this is kind of... You know, this could be a way that I could see Umineko in, and I don't know, I thought about it for a bit, and it could make sense. I think you're right. I mentioned Beato brought up the scooping eyes out with spoons thing from the tea party to Shannon when they met. You're right. That was very fucked up. Then what else could it be?
これはお前への拷問なのさ。
This is torture for you.
お前がいつ俺に屈し、諦めるか。
Someday you'll surrender to me and give up.
それまで繰り返される拷問なのさ。
Until then, you'll be tortured over and over again.
面白いかな。その例えやよし。
How amusing. What an entertaining metaphor. I just want to say, that sprite with Batara pointing at her, awesome. I love it. He's so Ace Attorney. And I haven't even played that. Torture where we torment each other. Yes, truly amusing. Come, shall we begin that torture? Oh, that scream was so cool. Man, I wish she was louder. Like, her voices, unfortunately, are so quiet, and I don't know what to do. I can't raise it anymore. Shut up, Kinzo. I want to hear her scream more. She's awesome. Be louder, girly. Batara! The Batara pointing sprite is so perfect, right? It's so good. This is so epic. Yeah, I guess we'll see if he really does, like, remember stuff that happened the first time around. I'm gonna assume this is, like, in Higurashi, you know? It's like a new round. Round 2. Every year, the relatives visiting Rokenjima would let out a sigh of admiration at the rose garden that first greeted them. They would stop there to chat about the rose's beauty and how well they were blooming that year. In the midst of all of this, there was a single unhealthy rose, and Maria became overwhelmed with dejection at its condition. But Joji used his quick wits, and saying that everything would be fine if they took care of this poor thing, marked it with a candy wrapper and immediately restored Maria's good mood. Then Batara, with whom she'd been getting along well since that morning, started talking about Halloween. This was such a favorite topic of Maria's that she began playing around energetically again. I was never allowed to celebrate Halloween as a kid, so I'm living vicariously through her. This is awesome. I like Halloween, actually. I think it's pretty neat, even though some people take the house decorations pretty far, and it scares me sometimes. People are kind of intense here. The central theme that the episodes of a rondo play around, what is a rondo? Is it like, oh, I think we talked about this before. Is it like, I don't know, I'm imagining the little wheel with the horses going round and round. I don't know. I don't think that's what that is. Happy Halloween! I was actually very interested in it as a kid, but I was never allowed to celebrate it. But then I did eventually as a teenager because it was like, fuck this. I don't care. I want to celebrate this. And it was very fun. To Maria, that marshmallow jack-o'-lantern candy brought by her mother was probably the greatest sort of treasure. They seemed to have brought several, and she demanded a trick or treat from every person she met, giving them candy instead of the other way around.
マリアはどうしてこんなにハロウィンが好きなんだろうな。
I wonder why Maria likes Halloween so much.
日本人には一つ馴染みにくいイベントだと思ってたんだが。
I always figured it was a pretty unfamiliar event for the Japanese.
仮装行列で練り歩く子供のお祭りだからじゃねえのか?
Well, it's a kids' festival where they get to parade around in costumes, right?
普段と違う格好をしてはしゃぎ合うってのは楽しいぜ。
It can be fun to play around in an outfit that's different than usual.
多分僕はもう少しディープな理由によるものだと思うな。
I think there's a slightly deeper cause behind it.
何しろ魔女のマリアちゃんだからね。
After all, she is the witch, Maria-chan.
そういや、飛行場でもマリアは仮装するなら魔女になりたいって言っていたっけ?
Come to think of it, when we were at the airport, didn't Maria say that if she was gonna wear a costume, it'd be a witch?
マリアって魔女が好きなんだ。
Does she like witches? Batara doesn't really seem like he knows what happened the first time around, so I wonder why he had that conversation in the void space with Beato and why that's different from this type of Batara. We'll see. Maybe he's just playing along. I don't know. Hello, Narima. Welcome in. What are we doing today? Type of musical composition. I see. Yes, she loves them. So much that it becomes a problem.
まあまあ。
Hey, it's not so bad.
あのくらいの年頃はファンタジックな存在に憧れるもんですから。
You expect kids at that age to love fantastical stuff like that.
せめてテレビアニメのヒロインに憧れるくらいなら可愛いんだけど。
If it was just a heroine on some TV anime, at least it'd be cute. Judging by Rosa's appearance, she wasn't very happy about her daughter's love for witches as a mother. The cousins other than Batra seemed to realize this, and they shrugged, wearing stiff smiles. What does the guy in the middle from the previous scene kind of look like a redhead version of Phoenix Wright? It's kind of funny that you say that, considering we just had like a sprite of him pointing basically at another character, just like Phoenix Wright. So, yeah. Rosa, don't be you right now. Get her out of here. Rondo has a central theme that alternates with contrasting episodes, kind of like a chorus-verse structure in pop music. Okay. Interesting.
魔女好きだとハロウィンも好きになるって論法なのか?
So you're arguing that because she likes witches, she also likes Halloween?
わかんなきゃ本人に聞けばいいか。
If we don't know, why don't we just ask her?
おい、マリア!
Hey, Maria.
ハロウィンと魔女って何か関係あるのか?
How are Halloween and witches related? As Batara asked that, Georgie and Jessica let out a stifled as if they were trying to stop him, but too late. Maria might have been waiting for just that question. Hyperfixation activated. After beaming for an instant, her expression turned a little mean, as if to say, "You're totally clueless, aren't you?" It was the face of a hobbyist who's been ticked off by an outsider saying something stupid about their favorite subject.
ケルト人は1年間を通じてその勢いを変える太陽は
Oh my god, I love the way her personality switches. It's actually, I love it. She's kind of cute. Adore her. And this music is also cool. Maria's special ability has been triggered. Kind of. To the Celts? I don't know how to say it. The changing strength of the sun over the course of a year
1
signified
年を通して生まれ育ち老いて死んでそして再び蘇ると考えていたの。
its birth, its growing up period, its aging, and death, and then its revival. I feel like that's important to remember. I feel like this could be a theme.
納得だな。
I get it.
春のか弱いポカポカした太陽がどんどん成長して暑いくらいになり、
In spring, the weak, warm sun starts to grow up and get hot.
次第に痩せ衰えていく様をなるほど太陽の一生と考えるのもうなずけるぜ。
And then it gradually gets weaker and worn out. Sort of makes sense to think of it as the sun living out an entire life. Yes.
だから彼らは10月の最後に太陽は死に死の国で体を休めて冬至の日に再び蘇ると考えたの。
So they thought that at the end of October, the sun died, was laid to rest in the land of the dead, and was then revived at the winter solstice. Isn't this kind of near autumn? So isn't this kind of in October? The sun died, was laid to rest in the land of the dead. Interesting. And was then revived at the winter solstice, which could be the golden land? Was laid to rest in the land of the dead. So maybe I did say that they could all already be dead and only be like held up by magic, sort of, which would make this the land of the dead and they're all already dead. Part C, I'm pretty sure. Okay. That's what, yeah, okay, that you're right. That makes sense where there would be Halloween things around October.
それで太陽が1年の生涯を終えて死ぬその日を大晦日サビンと呼んでお祝いしたの。
And the name they gave to the last day of the year, when the sun ended its 1-year lifespan and died, was Samhain. I don't know, I'm just gonna say it Samhain, I don't know how else to say it. And they celebrated them.
再び日照時間が長くなりだす冬至の日を太陽の復活の日とする考え方はとても面白いよね。
It's an interesting idea to think that the sun is revived on the day of the winter solstice, when the daylight hours start to grow longer again.
古代の人々がいかに太陽を神聖視していたかがわかるエピソードだよ。
It's a case that makes it clear how much the ancients regarded the sun as sacred. I see.
なんで？
Oh,
それが魔
sorry.
女とどう関係があるんだ？
So, what does that have to do with witches? It seemed that my casual urging forward had slightly infuriated Maria. She glared at me with eyes that told me to shut up while she explained. Shut up! Maria seemed to be having a blast as she talked, so I decided not to interrupt. Yeah, Batara is a normie. You can't butt in while she's explaining.
10月と11月の狭間は生と死が最も近くなる。
In the interval between October and November, life and death become the closest they ever
ケル
will.
ト人たちはこの時期に聖者の世界と死者やこの世ならざる者の世界が最も近づき、
The Counts believed that during this time, the world of the living grew closer to the world of the dead and otherworldly
異
beings.
界の住人たちがたくさん訪れると信じてたの。
And many of those living in the other world would come to visit.
日本でいうお盆みたいなものだよ。
It was like the Bon Festival in Japan. At the time, people believed that souls returning to the physical world would go into people's houses or possess people and do bad things. So, in order to avoid harm, they performed rituals. One of those was to imitate creepy monsters and scare the souls back, which was apparently a way to avoid being possessed.
その部分がお祭りになっていって仮装行列になってったんだな。
That part became a festival, which turned into a costume
マ
parade.
リアは本当に物知りだぜ。
You really know a lot, don't you, Maria?
ほんまやな。
Ain't it the truth?
わしもハロウィンに備えな言われがあるなんて知らんかったわ。
Even I never knew Halloween had such a history.
しかしそれのどこにお菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞってのが出てくるんだ？
But where did that whole trick-or-treat thing come from? Her knowledge was so extensive that the adults had suddenly started listening in too. Maria, who was normally treated like the youngest all the time, puffed out her chest with pride, saying that this was just a kids' discussion, but also suggested that the adults go on ahead and set their luggage down in the guest house. But nobody else agreed to go with her, And she let out a heavy sigh.
Oh.
Rosa, you gotta support her, okay? She's nerding out. You gotta be like, yeah, let's go, girl. That's the girl I gave birth to. Let's go. I'm so proud of you, Maria.
トリックオアトリートは単なるお遊び。
Trick or treat is just for
本
fun.
来のケルト人たちの儀式とは何の関係もない。
It has nothing to do with what was originally a Celtic
そ
ceremony.
れは後にキリスト教の習慣が混合してできたものなの。
That was created later when Christian customs were mixed
で
in.
もマリアは本来のハロウィンの姿とはそうあるべきだと思うの。
However, I think it's right for Halloween to be that way. According to Maria, the souls of the dead weren't the only ones who visited from the non-human world. There were also spirits with intimate connections to people's everyday lives. Humans could receive favors from those spirits so they managed to gain magnificent blessings, as well as a year's worth of good crops.
つまりハロウィンってのは収穫祭の意味も少しはあったわけか。
So basically, Halloween was also a bit of a harvest festival? Out of the way, swine! Hello, Krungo. Hope you're doing good today. Did you think it's a little embarrassing for a 9-year-old to be talking about such weird and childish things? Why can't she be normal? Well, a 9-year-old is kind of a child to begin with. But Rosa wouldn't agree.
なるほどな。
I get it.
言われてみりゃ、10月ってのは季節的にもいろいろ節目って気がするぜ。
Now that you mention it, I guess October's a turning point in all kinds of ways, including with the
日
seasons.
本の4月のちょうど反対側だもんな。
Sort of the opposite of April in Japan.
なるほど。切りはいいかもしれねえな。
Yeah, that might be a good place to market.
そしてね、魔女たちはね、その時期に魔女集会サバトを開いたの。
And also, the witches hold a witch assembly then, called a Sabbath.
魔女たちは豊かな恵みをもたらしてくれた精霊たちに感謝し、ねぎらったの。
The witches thank the spirits that give out blessings of prosperity and reward them.
ハロウィンの仮装は向こうから来る客人たちの模倣。
Halloween costumes imitate the guests that come from the other
つ
side.
まり彼らにお菓子を施すのは一年の収穫への感謝の気持ちがあってもいいわけだね。
In other words, you might say giving out candy is a way to show gratitude for the yearly harvest.
ジョージお兄ちゃんの言う通り。
Just like Joji Oni-chan says.
つまり、ハロウィンはこの世とあの世の交流のある時期ってわけなんだな。
So, Halloween is a time when those two worlds intermingle?
それで、つまり、魔女たちにとっては、そういう世界の客人たちと交流できる大切な機会だったと。
In other words, it's the most important chance for witches to intermingle with guests from that world.
そう言いたいわけか？
Is that what you're trying to say?
おお、バトラの言う通り。
Just like Batara says.
だからね。
And you know what?
だからね。
You know what?
魔女たちや悪魔たちの力が最も活発で盛んになるのが10月なの。
October is when the power of witches and demons is at its most vigorous and prosperous.
きっとベアトリーチェも来てくれる。
I'm sure Beatrice will come.
そしてね、一緒にマシュマロお菓子食べて、マリアも黄金鏡に連れてってもらうの。
And then we'll eat marshmallow candies together, and she'll bring me to the Golden Land with her.
一緒に魔法のお歌を歌って、魔法の呪文を習って、魔法陣の書き方を習うの。
We'll sing magical songs together, learn magic spells together, learn how to draw magic circles
そして
together.
ね、ルーンの秘密を習って、早く早くマリアを立派な魔女にしてもらうの。
And then we'll learn the secrets of runes, and I'll become a great witch really, really quickly. Oh man. You know it's bad when it cuts to Rosa looking like this. She looks like a... don't say that word. She looks like an asshole. That's what I was gonna say. Totally. Man, she was so cool. She was popping off with her knowledge about it all. I feel so happy listening to her talk about it. I don't know. It's kind of impressive for a child to even know this much in depth about a topic. I think that's something that should be supported, not dismissed and punished. Yeah, she's gonna rub salt into the wound, and Rosa's gonna lose her shit again. Hello, Noelle. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. My, isn't that
子
wonderful?
供は夢があるのが一番よ。
It's best for kids to have dreams.
ところでローザ。
By the way,
マ
Rosa,
リアちゃんは今年でいくつになったんだったかしら？
how old will Maria be this year again?
マリア、もうそのお話は終わりにしなさい。
Maria, that's enough of that.
気にしないでローザさん。
Don't worry about it, Rosa-san.
女の子なら誰だって一度は思い描く夢じゃない。
It's a dream all girls have at one time or another.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
でももう、マリアはそういう年を卒業していますので。
But Maria has already graduated from that age. I don't know, this is when, like, my obsession with, like, certain things started. Like, at the age of 9, I was deep into liking fairies. I really liked fairies at some point. So, I don't know, I feel like this is where certain obsessions start to form. And, like, even behind that, not behind, after that, when I was like 10, 11, I started like hyperfixating on other things. So, I don't know. I love when Maria goes autistic special interest mode. It's very cute. I think it's very nice that she has these interests, and it's perfectly normal at that age too. Dragonology books were doing numbers with the 9-year-olds at my school. Yeah, like I feel like all of my classmates when I was younger were also into that sort of stuff, you know? Hello, ayo, welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. Same. Samesies.
こら、やめなさいと言ってるでしょ。
Hey, I'm telling you to stop. Rosa scolded Maria, trying to shut her up before her cheery discussion about black magic earned her the snickers of the relatives.
Hey.
I just realized some of them have like I don't know if I pointed this out at some other point, but is it just these two? Batara and Kiria, I think, both have crosses. Or is it only their side of the family? Rudolph doesn't have any crosses, but she has like a cross here, and he has this cross. I just saw it because like they were in the same position. I feel like design probably plays a big role, but maybe I'm thinking too much about it because like they were talking about Celtic stuff, and isn't that also like connected to crosses and stuff? We had the Crusades, they were talking about that too. My god. I think it's because Maria treats it as real and not as play. I guess so, but I don't know. I feel like she's allowed to be into it. She's still just a kid. I forgot to say hi earlier. I've just been nodding along. Don't worry about it. Thank you for being here. Maybe you could afford to have one weird interest if you were otherwise normal. I guess so. Oh my god! I just just realized. Look who else has a cross on their design. It was staring me right in the face. Wait, I didn't realize. I feel like I'm missing another person having a cross potentially. So that makes 3 characters, which makes me suspiciously look at Ryukishi. There's something up with that. Hold on a moment. That's kind of like a cross. Wait, does it always have a cross? It doesn't always have a cross. I'm losing my mind right now. Because, like, it even has, like, another part of the wing right here. I'm losing it. But it only has, like, a partial wing on most other people. It's not a cross. Oh my god, I'm seeing crosses everywhere. His zipper suit. I love his suit. I think it's really cool. Kiri's is a cross, but I wonder if Patara's being inverted is significant. Probably. I can see it having importance. I'm pretty sure. Maria wears a chess king's crown on her head because she's the best. True. I guess that does look more like a chess piece, really.
そいつはなんだかスケールのでかい話だな。
Oh, that sounds pretty detailed and impressive.
ところで、ベアトリーチェって誰だっけ？
By the way, who was Beatrice again?
なんだっけ？聞いた名前だな。
I know I've heard that name somewhere before. But that I had been gone for 6 years and had completely forgotten about the legend of the Rokenjima witch. However, when he said he didn't know Beatrice's name, Maria's once bright mood soured in an instant. When he saw that, Batara immediately remembered that it was the name of the witch of this island, but the damage had been done. Until Maria's mood improved, she went on and on about many mysterious and fabulous episodes regarding the Golden Witch. Please don't crash out, Rosa. You gotta chill out. That's enough, Maria. Thank you, Batara-kun, for letting her chat with you. This expression of hers is kind of deranged. She seems like she is losing it. Her eyes are twitching. Kanon-kun, don't you have work to do? Please leave now. Goda-san, it looks like everyone wants to set down their bags for the time being. Sorry, but could you guide everyone to the guest house? Certainly. Well then, everyone, allow me to guide you. Then, if you will excuse me. Goda led the relatives, and they began to head towards the guest house. They were eager to set down their luggage and take a breather, so they didn't realize that Rosa and Maria weren't coming with them. No! Don't you look at her like that. Don't you look at her like that. Someone kill her. Kill her right now. I don't want to see this again. Please. You gotta stay calm, girly. You gotta stay calm. This is not okay. It's getting them out of the way to abuse her child. I thought she just wanted to, you know, break up the situation and actually get them away from them. After watching them leave towards the guest house, Rosa's face changed suddenly. No. She let go with the hand that had been gripping Maria this whole time. There was a bright red mark there, making it clear how much excessive force she had been using on Maria's slender arm. And then slapped against Maria's head, pinched her left ear and lifted. Even though I'm always telling you not to talk about witches. Haven't I always said that was our promise together? You really do like blabbering on about Halloween all the time, don't you? A festival for witches? Who cares about the Celts, black magic, and all that idiotic trash? You're 9 years old. 9! Because of that scene you made in the train, I went to all the trouble of making a stop and buying you those disgusting monster marshmallows that look like they have fluorescent paint on them. I went out of my way to buy it, even though it made us late. How much more will you embarrass me before you're satisfied? As Rosa cursed, she twisted Maria's ear up, almost as though she was about to tear it off. This is so fucked up! I hate her! Oh my god, I was trying to, like, side with her and, like, see her side of things, how she's a single mom and everything, but goddamn, someone needs to send her to jail! Or to hell. Both is fine with me. She sucks so bad. An expression of anguish spread across Maria's face while she frantically stood on her tiptoes, trying to soften the pain in that ear. Rosa suddenly grabbed the candy that Maria had been holding. Yo! There was no need to do that. She threw it on the ground and stepped on it over and over. To Maria, it was supposed to be proof of a memory, of a brief span of time when her mother had bought something fun for her. But now, that same mother was grinding it into the ground right in front of her. It was as though a brand had been pushed into Maria's eyes, leaving a mark that could never be erased. What's the deal with this disgusting candy? Disgusting, disgusting! It's because you're like that. It's all because you're like that. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. As she said that, she struck Maria's head over and over again with her palm. She didn't hit Maria's face, because the red swelling would stand out. You fucking... I want to fucking punch my monitor right now. I hate this stupid asshole. This is so awful. I don't want to have to see this. It's gonna happen so many more times. I'm sure of it. Also, hello. Seriously, what the fuck? Came at a not so great time. Man, I hate her. She's awful. Child abuse professional ranker hiding the marks. She thought this through. She's not like Teppei, who just hit Satoko with no regard to how she's gonna look afterward, you know, until, you know, the whole child protective services situation. But like, she's already so well versed in how to properly abuse your kids so no one finds out about it. It's fucked up. Yeah, they are on an island. I don't think CPS can do a lot. Well, right now they might be able to call them. I don't know. They fly in with the helicopter. Fucking let's go. Oh. Maria closed her eyes tightly, patiently bearing her mother's violence. No, that wasn't quite it. Come back, Mama. Come back, Mama. Save me. Save me, Mama. Defeat the bad witch. This is like the saddest part about this whole thing, is that she's in denial about this actually being what her mother is like. She kept bearing Rosa's assaults, muttering that over and over. Didn't I tell you to stop talking about witches? Why you... Rosa, tired from hitting her daughter, breathed so hard her shoulders shook. Maria grasped her hands together, withstanding it, hoping her mother would return soon. Casual Teppei versus Rosa. Rosa, you know what? It's sadly true. Teppei was an idiot, and he just, you know, acted out of impulse, but Rosa is actually not an idiot. She's actually smart, and the way that she goes about child abuse is in a way that, you know, protects her from legal action, basically, because if they can't find out, no one will actually do anything. It is fucked up. In a way, she might even be worse than Teppei, even though, you know, he was already scum of the earth. I think she's worried about the other family members seeing her mistreat her child instead. I mean, just don't mistreat your child. Like, problem solved. You won't look like an asshole if you don't act like this. Come back quickly. Save me, Mama. Beat the bad witch. Fine. Just stay there like that forever.
魔女でもハロウィンでもいつまでもブツブツ一人で言ってればいいのよ。
Just stand there mumbling about witches and Halloween forever. After hurling those words at Maria, Rosa left in the direction of the guest house, leaving Maria behind. She does it again. Hello, Natenbao. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing good today. And hello, Klaus. Welcome to you too. Hope you're doing good. She's also afraid of looking like a weak parent in front of her siblings. I mean, I can understand it's not a good look when you tell your kid to stop doing something and she continues doing it, but I mean, to be fair, Eva is also rubbing salt into the wound and making it worse than it needs to be. I don't know. I feel like they could be more supportive of the situation and reassure Rosa that it's okay, that it's normal, that it's fine, no one is bothered by it, but no one is really saying anything except for Kiria making that small remark. I feel like they should be more encouraging towards their own sister and relative, but I guess they don't really care enough. She's way worse. That's her own daughter, not some relative she's beating on. I mean, technically Satoko was Teppei's adoptive daughter. I know he didn't technically want her and she was kind of forced onto them, basically, but like, I don't know. I saw him as her dad, kind of, in a way. Because he legally was. But yeah, this is her own daughter, I suppose. I don't know. I guess I don't really see the whole blood connection thing as anything greater than legally being someone's parent. You're someone who's supposed to look after this child in particular, so no matter what your relation is to that child, you should not be treating that child in such a way, you know? This is pretty bad to watch. Maria, forgetting even that it was okay to cry, kept staring down at the jack-o'-lantern candy that had been trampled beyond recognition. Yeah, let's switch the scene, por favor. I don't want to see that again, or I will say something about Rosa that I will regret.
どこ行ってたの?
I will threaten murder on a fictional character. Yeah, they're all trying to undermine each other. They're not being supportive of each other at all. And like, oh, I'm pretty sure she's gonna say something to tick her off even more. Which, like, you know she's struggling with her daughter. Like, help her, maybe? I don't know. Be supportive of your sister, perhaps? It's like they all try to nudge more pain into the other sibling to lessen their own. Kind of. I mean, they all just want to be the best looking sibling outwardly, you know? They don't want to show their problems and stuff like that. It's just like a real family. That's just kind of how it is a lot of the time. He's like, oh, Rosa, back from beating your child. Technically, she knows what just happened. I'm pretty sure Eva is not stupid. She knows what just went on. Oh, Rosa, where were you?
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
バラが素敵だったもので、ついつい。
The roses were so wonderful, I just...
Rosa, 早く荷物を置いてこいよ。
Never mind, they don't care. Rosa, set your luggage down quickly and come with us.
兄貴んとこへ挨拶に行こうぜ。
We're gonna go say hi to Aniki.
Hmm?
They're not even gonna question the fact that Maria isn't with her.
マリアちゃんはどうしたんや?
Okay, thank you, Hideyoshi. The only person who's not their sibling noticing this. It's crazy! The siblings have their minds in the clouds. They do not care. Hmm? What happened to Maria-chan?
まだ花壇におるんかいな?
Is she still by the flower beds?
ええ。
Yeah.
気に入ったバラがあるみたいで、世話をするって言って聞かなくて。
It seems she found a rose she likes and insisted that she'd take care of it, refusing to
し
listen.
ばらくは好きにさせることにしました。
I decided to let her do what she wants for a while.
女の子には女の子の世界があったことを、私たちはたまに忘れるわ。
We sometimes forget that girls have their own little world.
時には尊重してあげないとね。
Sometimes we have to respect that, right? Oh, Kiria, if you knew, if you fucking knew.
そうね。
That's right.
お気遣いをありがとう、キリエ姉さん。
Thanks for your concern, Kiria-ne-san. I can only hope that Kiria, if she saw Rosa abusing Maria, would beat the shit out of Rosa. I would only hope so. It's so hard for me to find sympathy in my heart for Rosa. I mean, I can understand her situation is hard, but I cannot find sympathy with her actions whatsoever. I tried to, but I feel like that train has left the station, quite literally. Hello, Marihan. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today. I don't know if I'm winning. This is kind of an awful situation we just witnessed here. But it's going good. Goda-san, where's our room? I will guide you this way. He's almost too normal to be here, you get me? Everyone in this family and everyone working here is kind of messed up in a way, and then there's Goda. He's just some random guy caught up in all of this bullshit. Allow me to hold your luggage. I'll be fine. I can carry it myself, thank you. Rosa went into her room, guided by Goda. She then closed the door somewhat violently and threw her luggage on top of the bed. She got down on her knees in front of the bed, burying her face in it. For a while, Rosa made as if to shred the sheets with her fingernails, sobbing constantly. Nope. You will not make me feel bad for her, playing this music, making her seem sad. I do not care. Let her be sad and frustrated. Feel that way for all I care. He's just the Golda. Hideyoshi is just a guy. Oh, Suikoda is just a guy. Human resources. I don't know. I feel like Hideyoshi plays a more central role than Goda, you know? Goda is just kind of the asshole butler of the group, and that's all he is. He doesn't really contribute too much. Or he hasn't so far. Hideyoshi has contributed to stuff. I feel sad for her too. I don't know. It's like, I know I compare her to Teppei, but Teppei had like no remorse for what he did. He did not care one bit for what he did to Satoko. While Rosa does seem to be frustrated with herself for doing these things in the end, when she like cools down, but that doesn't excuse her actions, so I don't know how to feel. I just want her to not be like that, you know? And I feel like it could be possible if she got help compared to Teppei. There's nothing to help that guy. Maria-sama, are you alright? Kanan appeared from behind a thicket after watching Rosa leave. Nice. She was watching the whole scene. I'm fine. Maria gave a creepy laugh, but to Kanan, who had seen the whole thing, it looked like she was enduring as best as she could. She's a horrible person. I can't believe she's a mother. True and real. It can't be helped. You can't expect anything better than that to enter a container of that level. A container? Is she implying? I mean, I guess she's implying that she's kind of possessed by a witch, and I'm guessing that she's referencing a specific type of witch possessing a container of that level. Her mother? I don't know what she's referencing exactly, but that's one way to phrase that. I'm just fine. Kanan got down on his knees and picked up the trampled candy. You're too good for this world, Kanan. It was tragic just looking at it. He thought about dusting it off and returning it to her, but really couldn't do so with it in that condition. Just as he was wondering what to do, he met Maria's gaze. No, that wasn't quite right. Maria was looking at the candy Kanan had picked up. Right now, Maria's heart was surely the same as the candy that had been trampled into a pulp. Kanan realized this, but didn't know what he should do. Furniture and containers, I'm confused. It's definitely a way to phrase it. When she was getting beaten, she mentioned her mother being possessed by a bad witch. Yeah, she did say that a couple times. And I wonder, because like, Maria clearly can see witches and very much believes in them. I'm sure that she knows other witches. Like, we know that other witches exist by the existence of Bernkastel. So I wonder if she can see, if she can quite literally see a witch possess her, if we assume they're real, of course. That's all, it's all a matter of perspective. As the only witch we know that hasn't been on screen, it could be Lambda Delta is the one possessing her. We don't really know that much about her, except that she's kind of a lot to behold. I don't know how to best describe it. Yeah, we don't really know anything about her, but we do know that she exists, so. Maybe she's just coping. It could be coping, it could also be the literal sense of her seeing a witch possess her mom. It's kind of difficult to say for sure. It depends on what you believe, right?
さっき僕がもらったのと交換してあげるよ。
That's right, I'll exchange it for the one I received earlier. Kind of remembered that a similar candy he had received from Maria was in his pocket. Maria stuck out her hand. Kanon thought she was trying to take it, so he held out the candy, but Maria didn't try to grasp it. Then Kanon realized. She was saying, give it back. No matter how tragic and trampled it was, this candy was Maria's. Her mother had bought it for her. No matter how tragic, it had to be this candy, and no other. If only it were intact enough that it could be fixed by dusting it off. Kanon hung his head. Dusting it off is the most I can do. I'm sorry. Kanon held out the miserable-looking candy Maria wanted. She took it and spoke. Thank you. A human can't do anything except dust it off, but a witch could restore it to how it once was. It would be easy for Beatrice. I like that this is kind of implying the whole, like, she can revive people or, like, kind of piece them back together in a way, and also tear them back apart. That's what I think of her anyway, because the whole ending of episode 1 and the tea party.
Maria-sama, Beatrice.
Maria-sama, you know about Beatrice? Sama? Except for Batara, there was no way anyone related to the Ushiromiya family could have failed to know Beatrice's name. But just now, Maria had bragged about Beatrice to Batara. She had spoken almost as though she was meeting with Beatrice regularly. Kanon felt a sharp pain inside his left hand, which was curled into a fist. Is that the hand where he had, like, the mark from her? I think so. In the past, a witch called Beatrice had appeared to tempt him and Shannon. He'd always tried to think of it as a bad dream. However, Shannon insisted that it definitely was a real witch. And then, this summer, the shrine to the local Shinto god was hit by lightning, disappearing without a trace over the span of a single night. He knew about Shannon breaking that mirror, and he remembered that as the witch departed, she said she'd eventually be revived. And now, this girl who believed absolutely in Beatrice spoke as though she'd met Beatrice herself. Kanon couldn't suppress a vague sense of foreboding welling up in his heart. That smile is so sad. I thought at first when I saw the smile that it was kind of creepy, but now it's just sad. After seeing that whole scene unfold, it's like she's desperately trying to cling on to her mother being a good person. That's what this expression is giving me right now. For a while, Maria remained silent as though she could see into Kanon's heart, almost as though she was waiting for a memory of Beatrice to be revived. And then she spoke as though it was a fact.
Maria はね、ベアトリーチェとお友達なの。
You know, I'm friends with Beatrice.
今日だって会って一緒に遊ぶよ。
I'm even gonna meet her today and play.
遊びますか？
You're going to play?
うん、遊ぶよ。
Yeah, of course we'll play.
一緒にね、魔法のお勉強をするの。
We're gonna study magic together. Little study group session. How nice. All the lost candy. Hell yeah. Let's go. My dad works at Nintendo. It's giving a similar vibe. The face of that witch whom Kanon had tried to pretend was a bad dream began to slowly creep into the back of his mind. He's trying to forget her. But it's kind of interesting that I think Shannon mentioned that the mark on her hand was entirely gone. And he can still sense the pain of it, which is, I don't know. I think that's something to take note of. Anyway, there's gonna be an ad break, and we're gonna take it now. So, I will be back in 3 minutes. Ni howdy. I'm back. I got some more water. I drank the entire bottle in an hour. That was kind of intense. And I'm very proud of myself. Anyway, Father says he's extremely busy with his research.
残念ながら、こちらへはおいでになれないとのことです。
Unfortunately, it seems he'll be unable to come down.
やれやれ。
Come on.
こちとら秋の大忙しの中、日程をつけて、はるばる六軒島まで来てるんだぜ。
They put this conference in our schedules and come all the way out to Rokenjima during this crazy busy fall season.
親父も少しは愛想を良くしてもらいたいもんだぜ。
You'd think Dad could at least be a bit more sociable. Thank you. Welcome back to you too. And also thank you for the hydrate.
本当よね。南條先生、本当に研究や機嫌の問題なの？
Yeah, seriously. Dr. Nanjo, is it really his research and his mood that are the problem?
ベッドから起き上がれないくらいに容体が悪いって言うんじゃないの？
He isn't already bedridden, unable to get up, right?
さて、どうでしょうかな。
Well, I wonder.
私の口からは何とも。
There's not much I can say. What do you mean? You're his doctor. Nanjo glanced at Natsuhi. It seemed he thought it wasn't his place to speak without first getting Natsuhi's approval.
お父様はますますにご健康でいらっしゃいます。
Father's state of health is better than ever.
寝たきりなどと失礼極まりない。
It would be exceedingly rude to call him bedridden.
でも余命3ヶ月なんでしょ？
But he only has 3 months left to live, right?
普通に考えれば痩せ衰えてベッドからも起きられないはずよ。
Normally, wouldn't you expect him to be wasted away, unable to get out of bed?
でしょ、南條先生。
Isn't that right, Dr. Nanjo?
波の患者ならそうでしょうがな。
For a normal patient, that would probably be the case.
金蔵さんは並外れた気力をお持ちです。
But Kinzo-san has extraordinary willpower.
あの気迫にお迎えも恐れて近寄れないのかもしれませんな。
Perhaps that willpower has frightened even the Reaper away.
それほどまでにお元気なら少なくとも安心ね。
It's the absinthe that's the problem. I wonder what's in there. It can't just be absinthe. Patient confidentiality. That actually, that's very true. You can't actually say anything. Well, if he's that energetic, then I guess we have little to worry about for the near future, right?
そこまで元気なら、せめて挨拶くらいはさせてほしいもんなんだがな。
Though, if he's got that much spunk, I wish he'd at least come to greet us.
親族会議ってのは、親父の顔を見に来たって意味なんだぜ。
Isn't the whole point of this family conference to come and see Dad's face?
これじゃ、何のために来たのかわからねえぜ。
I'm not even sure why we came now.
そう言うな。
Don't say that.
いればいたで、心が休まらないといつもぼやくのだろうが。
If you were here, you'd complain the whole time about being unable to relax.
兄弟一同水入らずで今年も全員欠けることなく集まれたことを
喜ぼうじゃないかね。
Shouldn't we celebrate the fact that all of us siblings have gathered this year to spend some time alone?
昨年の親族会議でも会えなかったのよ。
We didn't get to see him at last year's family conference either, right?
血を分けた子供たちが2年ぶりに挨拶したいというのがどうして理解してもらえないのかしら。
Can't you understand why his blood children might want to see him after 2 years? I guess the last time we saw them together, you know, when Eva and Hideyoshi came over to ask for money, basically. I guess that was over 2 years ago then, because we saw that at the beginning of this episode. Oh, but they did talk about the whole, like, mirror breaking. Wasn't that shortly after? Time is weird. Didn't they see him last year then? I don't know. I'm confused about the whole timeline of things. Maybe it doesn't really matter.
挨拶の言葉があるのでしたら、私どもがお伝えします。
If there's anything you'd like to say in greeting, I will tell him for you.
それとも、エヴァさん
Or Eva-san.
何かお父様にお会いして、挨拶以上のお話でもあられるのですか
Is there something you'd like to discuss with father beyond merely greeting him?
いやね。何の話よ、も
う。Come on, what are you talking about? Sheesh.
予算か、エヴァ。
Give it a rest, Eva.
夏井さん、堪忍な。
Natsuhi-san, forgive us.
エヴァも娘としてお父さんの病状が不安なだけなんや。
Eva's just worried about father's condition as his
ちょ
daughter.
いと気持ちを汲み取ってな。
Please try and understand how she feels.
その通りだな。
Indeed.
エヴァは親父殿が余命を宣告されてから急に親孝行をするようになったじゃないか。
Look how quickly you've grown to respect father now that you know how much longer he has left to live.
なるほど。その姿をぜひ見てもらいたいという気持ちもわからなくない。
Yes, I believe I do understand why you want to see him so much. They're already at it. Not even like 5 minutes in the room, they're already talking about the money, the inheritance, or like, let's go. Doesn't that just mean those things happened more than a year ago? I guess so. Someone did have an open offering on the mirror deal, so she might have waited a year for it. That is also true. She might have waited a little bit. An intervention. Kinzo just wants no part of it and has an auto log. Umineko solved. True, true.
何が言いたいのよ。
What are you trying to say?
よせよ、姉貴。
Quit it, Aneki.
晩飯までには機嫌を直してくれるよう祈ろうじゃねえか。
Why don't we pray that his mood will improve by dinner?
それに俺たちは到着したばかり。
Anyway, we've only just
ま
arrived.
ずは軽く挨拶に訪れただけだぜ。
For now, we're only here for a casual greeting.
親族会議は親父抜きだってできる。
And we could even hold the family conference without Dad.
いや、兄弟で意見を統一してからじゃなきゃ話せねえことだっていろいろあるはずだぜ。
In fact, there's a few things we siblings shouldn't bring to him until we formed a unified opinion.
秀吉兄さん。
Isn't that right, Hideyoshi-san?
そうや。
It's funny how he's saying it. If we think about the last time where they all conspired against Klaus.
ルドルフ君の言う通りや。
Yep, just as Rudolf-kun says.
わしらが全員顔を揃えるのは年に一度しかない。
This is the only time of year we can all meet in
貴
person.
重な時間を大事にし、汚ない話し合いをせんといかん。
We've got to take this valuable time seriously and be frank with each other, meaning stab each other in the back, really. Even though the tea hadn't yet arrived, they were very determined.
でも、その前に本家の素晴らしい調度品に囲まれた客間で、
But before that, perhaps we can spare the time to enjoy some black tea at our leisure,
のんびりと紅茶を楽しむゆとりがあってもいいんじゃないかしら。
surrounded by the wonderful furnishings of the parlor. Hidea's words seemed to contain a subtle admonition directed at everyone gathered there. They all understood as they cleared their throats and straightened their neckties. The atmosphere in the room returned to normal for a time. Money, 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 money.
失礼します。
Oh, Shannon, my beloved. She's so beautiful. So cute. Nowadays, would they even bother to go to the island, or would this whole conference just be over FaceTime? I wanted to say maybe they would Skype, but that's a different time and age. Skype is, I don't know, Skype in my heart is still very much real and good. But it's not actually. Do you think that has anything to do with the fact that more than anything else they want a lot of money right now? Yeah, that's true. They all have financial issues, even if Kiria isn't even aware of it, but whatever. Said all the liars, true. Skype is Teams now. It's kind of funny because, like, the company that I work for, when I started there, they were using fucking Skype. And I was like, hello? It wasn't that long ago that I joined the company. And then they switched to Teams, like last year, I think. It took them fucking so long to switch over to Teams. Skype is even more fiction than witches, true. I loved Skype when I was younger. That was so cool. I loved it. Everything about it was good. You were working in 2016? What do you mean 2016? Excuse me, I've brought some tea.
Yo, Shannon-chan!
Actually, in fact, I think I started working a mini job, actually, but not 2016, but like 2017, 18, something like that. So yeah, quite some time, actually. Hey, Shannon-chan, you just keep getting prettier and prettier. Shannon entered the parlor, pushing the serving cart. Everyone decided to relax and enjoy some black tea for the time being. A wonderful aroma began to spread throughout the room. As far as anyone could see, the strained atmosphere from before Shannon's arrival seemed like a lie. Of course, Shannon, who was setting out the tea, probably didn't even notice. Kiria seemed to laugh faintly at how adult everyone was suddenly acting. Rudolph didn't like it when Kiria took the initiative and spoke at the family conference. It was his worthless male pride. Yeah, we have witnessed it before, but at least he's aware of it, maybe. He probably didn't want to look like a weak man who took advice from his wife. You should... No, you should accept that Kiria is just... better. She understood that and did her best to refrain from saying any more than was necessary. My image of him tainted. Come on, Rudolph. Let her speak up. She knows what she's talking about. This year, the internet is probably still just a twinkle on the US military's eyes. Maybe. I jumped from MSN Messenger to Facebook and stuff. I think I used MSN very, very briefly, but I mostly used Facebook and Skype. So, she separated herself from the circle of siblings who only superficially appeared to be enjoying some time together alone, and casually drank her tea near the window. Oh my god, my eye is itching. Oh! I think I have a lash in my eye. That's awesome. I hate when that happens because it's like a sharp pain in your eye all of a sudden and you're like, oh, then your eye starts watering and you can't see anything. It's okay, it'll come out on its own, I hope. If you see me blinking a lot, I apologize. Oh, Rosa-san, I thought you siblings were enjoying some alone time. You must be joking. Sorry, don't take it the wrong way. I'm just a little exasperated by my husband. Apparently, Rosa hadn't been able to keep up with that on-the-surface friendliness. They'd come here to fight bloodily and dirtily, each other trying to grab a part of the inheritance for themselves. She probably didn't like suddenly pretending that they were all chummy. Or maybe she was still too immature for that. It looks like the wind started blowing hard out there. The plants are all shaking so much. The typhoon's probably gotten pretty close already. I wonder if we'll see a lot of rain tonight. Oh, Kiria, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. I'm not crying, I have a lash in my eye. So true. Maria-chan really has grown a lot this past year.
そう見えます。
Does it look that way?
未だに自分のお洋服を畳むことすらできないんですよ。
She still can't even fold her own clothing yet.
ええ。
No, it's true.
こんなにも愛情たっぷりなお母さんと一緒なんですもの。
It's because she has such an affectionate mother. Kirie! That is not true!
心の豊かな子に成長しますよ。
She'll grow into a girl with a rich heart. That heart is like broken into 1 billion pieces right now. If only she knew. Does she know? Rosa fell silent. Maybe she was unsure as to what Kiria meant by that.
私なんて母親失格ですよ。
I'm a failure as a mother.
生まれる親は選べない。
Children don't get to choose their parents.
あの子がかわいそうで。
A poor girl.
お互い様じゃないですか。
Doesn't that go both ways?
親だって生まれる子は選べない。
A parent can't choose what kind of child they have either. Rosa bit her lower lip.
どちらが悪いとかじゃなくて、
This isn't a matter of assigning blame.
一緒に生きていくんだという気持ちで、ゆっくり成長を見守ってあげればいいじゃないですか。
Isn't it enough that you take your time and watch over her as she grows, conscious of the fact that you'll be living together?
ローザさんは毎日をマリアちゃんと過ごしてるから、小さな変化に気づかないかもしれないけれど、
You spend every day with Maria-chan, so you probably don't notice the small changes.
1年ぶりに再会した私たちには、その大きな成長ぶりがよくわかりますよ。
But the rest of us who haven't seen her for a year can clearly see how much she's grown.
もし本気で言ってくれてるならありがとうございます。
If you really mean that, thank you very much. I hate her.
失礼いたします。
I don't know. There's nothing positive that I can say about Rosa except the fact that she's self-aware maybe, but it doesn't change the fact that she's changing her ways at all, so what does it matter for her to be self-aware, you know? Whatever. You still suck. Every day I find new and exciting ways to get upset at her. Yeah, I find new and exciting ways to abuse my own child and make it seem like I'm actually a really great mother. And then I will take the compliments from my sister-in-law and everything is okay. Then, if you will excuse
ご
me,
用がありましたらいつでもお呼びつけください。
if there's anything you desire, please call for it at any time. Shonan bowed politely and left the room. As Hideyoshi and Rudolph, who had a sweet spot for women, watched her go, the atmosphere in the room began to revert back to what it had been right before Shannon's visit. Had a soft spot for women? What does that even mean?
お父様がいらっしゃられないなら、それはそれでできる話もあるというものよ。
Her being self-aware makes it way worse for me. Honestly, yeah. Because, like, she knows how awful she's being, and yet she's doing absolutely nothing to change. He's straight as fuck. If father can't come down, well, that does leave us with certain things we can discuss.
ねえ、ルドルフ。
Right, Rudolph.
ああ、そうだな。
Yep, that's right.
俺たちははるばるここまで埃の匂いがする紅茶を飲みに来たわけじゃねえぜ。
We didn't come all the way out here just to drink some dusty tea, right?
よかろう。
Very well.
1秒を争ってお前たちがしたいという話を聞こうじゃないか。
What is this matter that you're clearly so eager to discuss?
やれやれ。
My, my.
たくましい人たちね。
Those people really are determined.
早速始めたわ。
They certainly got started quick.
私も加わらないといけないわ。
I need to join in too.
あの人たち、私が主張しないと4人兄弟であることをすぐ忘れるから。
If I don't assert myself, those people will quickly forget that there are 4 siblings.
あなたも大変ね。
Sounds like you've got it pretty tough
ちょ
yourself.
っと言葉を選ばなかったかしら。
Maybe I spoke too harshly.
ごめんなさい。
Forgive me.
ううん、気にしてません。
No, I don't mind.
こちらこそごめんなさい。
I'm the one who should be apologizing. Yeah, to your daughter.
私たち互いに娘を持つ母親同士なんだから、 もっと交流しなきゃいけないのに。
As a pair of mothers with daughters, we should talk more often.
いつも会えば変な話ばかりで。
Every single time we meet, we end up talking about something shady.
この屋敷の空気のせいよ。
I know we talked about this last time, and you guys said that it was mentioned before that she was pregnant, but I feel like this is the first time that I'm actually reading it. I feel like I would have remembered it being mentioned in episode 1, but I'm pretty sure that this is the first time that we hear of Kiria having a female batara. Yeah, female batara. It's crazy. Dusty T, Natsuhi takes 2 damage. Poor Natsuhi, man. She's trying so hard. It's mentioned really early, I think, at the airport. It did? I have to go back and reread that then, because I do not remember that at all. I feel like this is the first time, except for last stream, of course, that I'm hearing of it, but it could also be that if they mention it very early in the beginning, where I don't remember or I don't know the character names yet, it could be that I just don't really register it in my brain, and I'm like, oh yeah, she has a daughter, and then I never meet her, and then I forget about the fact that she has a daughter, you know? Before you got introduced to a lot of characters at once in the airport. Yeah, I feel like it could have been said, and then I just forgot. That's okay. Now we know that she has a daughter. Probably it was mentioned. I'm just gonna believe you guys. So yeah, she has a daughter apparently. You can blame the atmosphere in this mansion for that.
ここの空気を嗅ぐと、いつも私たちはギスギスし合ってるもの。
Once you breathe in this air, everyone gets so strained.
ローザさんとは親族会議じゃない席で、一度ゆっくりお茶でも飲みたいわ。
Just once, I'd like to have a nice long cup of tea with you when we aren't attending a family conference.
銀座に行きつけの素敵な喫茶店があるの。
There's a wonderful coffee shop in Ginza that's a favorite of mine.
ぜひ今度招待させて。
Please let me invite you sometime soon.
ありがとう、キリエさん。
Thank you, Kiria-san.
その時はぜひ。
That sounds great. This is kind of nice that they're bonding, but also I hate Rosa so much.
いやーね。
Oh no.
急に空が暗くなってきたわ。
The sky's gotten dark pretty
ま
fast.
るでこの部屋の人たちが天気を悪くしてるみたい。
I could almost believe the people in this room made the weather worse.
もうゴロゴロ鳴ってるわ。
There's already thunder.
あら。
Oh?
ぽつりと来たかしら。
Was that one there? Huh? There really were small splashes of rain on the glass of the parlor window. The weather seemed to have worsened faster than expected. Just then, a silent thunderbolt struck inside Rosa's head, and she remembered that her beloved child was out in the rose garden. I like that it's always mentioned her beloved child, her beloved Maria. Like, bro, who are you trying to fool? We should be putting that in quotation marks. I think Kitty is trying to push her into being a good mom, giving nudges. I think so. I feel like Kitty is smart, and she probably realizes that she's struggling a lot with Maria, and maybe she even knows about the whole hitting her. I don't know. I would hope not, because that means that Kitty isn't saying anything against it, and that makes me angry. So maybe she doesn't know, but I don't know. I think she's trying to help her. I can fix her. Rosa's love exists for sure. A normal girl would try to go inside if the weather got bad, but Maria was different. She would sometimes get stubborn and refuse to move if rain or even spears fell from the sky. That's right, I told that child to just stay there doing that forever, didn't I? Oh no. Maria! Everyone looked back at Rosa when she let out a small scream.
なんだ、どうしたんだね。
What? What is it?
ごめんなさい。ちょっと表に行ってきます。
I'm sorry, I'm going outside for a second.
すぐ戻ります。
I'll be right back.
なんだなんだ。 どうしたってんだあいつ。
What the? Seriously? What's going on with her?
いいじゃない。すぐ戻るわよ。
Don't worry, she'll be back soon.
それより始めたら
More importantly, shouldn't we begin?
私たちの本題。
Our main topic.
そうね。
That's right.
ローザ抜きでも進められる話よ。
We can keep talking about that without Rosa.
話を戻しましょう。
Let's return to our discussion. Rosa dashed from the entrance of the hall into the rose garden. He said all girls have a witch face, so I think she's maybe been on the other end growing up. Not other end. You think she also had like a... I mean, she did say she had like a witch face, right? When she opened the door, the wind that hit her was too strong to be called a light breeze, and told her that the typhoon was approaching faster than she thought. Just as Kitty had said, the wind was mixed in with small droplets of rain. There was also a low rumble of thunder. It could start raining any time. Oh, maybe you mean her daughter, actually. Maybe she supported that, you know, and she knows what Rosa is going through? Yeah. Kitty always felt sus in that scene to me. She does seem like it was kind of interesting that she was like, oh, these vultures going immediately to talking about this, and then she mentioned something that makes Rosa like head out, and then she's like, let's get going. Let's start with the topic at hand instead of waiting for her or something. Very interesting. It made me kind of look at her a little weird, but I may be reading too much into it. Welcome back, Amadis. Rosa just remembered that she left her child out in the rain again. If you're being cynical, maybe she was trying to get Rosa out of the way. Honestly, it did feel that way, but I don't know. I don't see Kiria being evil yet. I think she's beautiful. She's lovely. Rosa headed for the rose garden. She headed for the place where she had scolded Maria a short while ago. It was almost lunchtime. The children had been told to come to the mansion around lunchtime, so they were probably in the guest house waiting to be called. Even if Maria didn't come to them, they would surely think I took her to the mansion with me, and wouldn't worry much. After all, she had been with her mother, so there should have been no reason to worry. I was here, and I abandoned my daughter to the worsening weather. Maria! I like how... It's so funny. She isn't even concerned about Maria in the slightest. She's concerned about the fact that she's gonna look bad for abandoning her daughter in the thunder. Like, hello? She doesn't even care! Maria, are you there? If you're there, answer me. Man, I fucking hate this. This is so bad. I was right. She was still standing stock still, exactly the same she had been in the place where I had scolded her. Held in her hand was the candy that I'd bought her, given her, and then stepped on and crushed. With that gripped in her hand, she stood there as the powerful winds whipped her hair about, tormenting her. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Maria. Forgive Mama. No! Actually, no!
Mama, おかえり。
Mama, welcome back.
マリア、ママが帰ってくるのずっと待ってた。
I waited a long time for you to come back.
怖い魔女につねられたけど、我慢してママが帰ってくるの泣かずに待ってた。
The scary witch pinched me, but I stayed strong, waiting for Mama to come back without crying. Oh my god. Maria, forgive your mama. Forgive your mama.
ママは悪くないの。
You didn't do anything
ま
wrong.
た悪い魔女に取りつかれただけなの。
You were just possessed by a bad witch again.
だから平気。
So I'm fine.
ママ大好き。
I really like you, Mama.
愛してる。
I love you. I think I should be allowed to kill her with my own 2 hands, actually. I think Batara should be given a shotgun, and then I can just kill Rosa. I think that's what should happen. Maria doesn't mean only waiting in the rain, but waiting for Rosa to replace the witch. Yeah, it's so... Ah! It's so depressing. The saddest part is that it seems like Rosa does care a lot about Maria, but also hates her. It's very... Yeah, it's very tragic. I don't know. But also, I don't think she deserves any sympathy for me. Maria wouldn't be happy if you did that. It's only temporary pain. It is very realistic and very, very sad. If I ever do anything bad, it's also because I was possessed by an evil witch. Yeah, if they send me to prison, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Please forgive your mama. For losing to the bad witch. Rosa buried her face in Maria's small chest, crying and begging forgiveness. And once again, those tears dripped down after who knows how many times. If only the brilliant sun had been shining on the 2 of them, all of their cares would have evaporated, and it might have felt like they could begin anew. However, what surrounded the 2 of them was worsening weather. Sadly, there were only fierce winds with occasional thunder. Because it's not gonna get any better. They're never gonna start over. The sound of Maria sniffling brought Rosa to her senses. If Maria stood exposed to the wind for too long, she'd probably catch a cold. And oh no, that would look bad because I let her catch a cold and then I would be a bad mother, but I don't actually care about my daughter. Okay, Maria, it's almost time for lunch. Why don't you come back to the mansion with me? Won't go. Why not? Rosa thought she'd already received Maria's forgiveness, so she hadn't imagined Maria would refuse. But that expression on Maria's face didn't look like that of a child resisting her mother. So Rosa couldn't understand why Maria wanted to stand still, pointlessly as the weather grew even worse. Maria answered that question. Oh man. Rosa's gonna lose her mind again. It's Beatrice. She'll be here really soon. So I'm waiting. Rosa struggled to find words for a moment, then fell silent. They'd only just managed to make up after all. She chose her words carefully, trying to get Maria to come with her to the mansion without denying the witch outright. Oh man, don't say it. Don't say it. Beatrice is coming. Really? Then instead of waiting here, why don't we wait in the mansion? If you stay in this wind too long, you'll catch a cold. She'll come. Beatrice will come. And when she does, I'll give her candy. I'll do trick or treat. I'll give her a jack-o'-lantern marshmallow candy and say hello, happy Halloween. Halloween happy. Maria pulled yet another sweet out of her handbag, moaning ooh ooh. Rosa was bewildered and didn't know what to do as Maria started being difficult again. Scraping through the first VOD, and Batara drops that he put on a lot of muscle because of shady mail order performance-enhancing drugs. True! I do remember that. So he'll believe, like, magazine ads for gas station dick pills with crazy claims, but always just standing in front of him. That actually makes it even funnier. Yeah, he's like, yo, this is crazy. I want this. This is sure to work. I can see that. That'd be pretty funny. Rosa about to pull a whole ass combo on her daughter. No! No, no, no. She's gonna be okay. She's gonna be normal this time around, surely. Batra is such a goof. I hate him. Affectionate. I love him. He's awesome. Maria pulled yet another sweet out of her handbag, moaning ooh ooh. Rosa was bewildered and didn't know what to do as Maria started being difficult again. At that time, there was a sudden blast of thunder. It was probably a sign that this island had been sealed off by the storm, detached from common sense and reality. So, after this moment, all common sense would probably cease to apply. The wind blew even stronger, and amidst that blizzard of scattered rose petals, a figure appeared, leaving Rosa unable to imagine that this was a scene from reality. It was probably, no, definitely fantastical. After all, that shadow of a person was... What the fuck? Huh? What? What is that outfit? Yo! What? Oh my god. Yo, that's so cute. What are you doing here? Oh, she looks so cute. What is she holding? She's holding something in her hand. Oh god, please tell me that I can look at the full sprite. No, please. Is that her pipe? It looks so cool. She's so beautiful. Miniskirt battle, my beloved. Yeah. It's so adorable. It's like an idol outfit, you know? She should be performing that Toho song. It is so cute. I want to see the whole thing. I want to see the whole the skirt, I mean. It's a cane. I see. I love the console version. I'd love to see if you want to put it in the Discord server. I'll take a look. I want to see this too. She looks so beautiful. My special interest is bad though. Understandable. Yeah, I'll listen for the water droplets. Maria dashed over to the shadow. Normally, Rosa would scold her daughter if she dashed over to someone whom she hadn't seen before and didn't know. But Rosa forgot to do that, was unable to do anything but stand there, stunned. This is actually... I'm shocked that she's just appearing out of thin air in front of Rosa. Like, this is... I did not expect her to do this. The song is excellent too, it's great. Third in the Discord. Oh my god, she even has thigh highs! And she has the tattoo! What? She also has the cross. She has the winged, whatever, I forgot, eagle, but she has it with like the other side too, so it looks like a cross. I just want to compare it to her normal sprite. She doesn't have... Oh, this isn't even like the one-winged eagle on her dress, right? This is something else. I don't know what it is, but it's different. But she has the one-winged eagle on her right thigh in this sprite in the background. Can we look at the console version? Oh my god, she's so cute! I love her! Oh, that cane is so cool! It looks like the one-winged eagle! Man, that's such a good design. Ryukishi cooked. That's so cool. The red and black thigh highs are so late 2000s true. Looks like a similar motif. It's really nice. I love that design. It's been quite some time. Have you been well? I've been well. Witches don't catch colds.
魔女は呪いにて風邪をひかせはするが、自らが引いてはなんとも間抜けな話よ。
Indeed, a witch can use curses to make people catch colds, but how foolish would it be if she caught one herself?
せいぜい自らが風邪をひくことなどないよ。これからも精進するがいい。
From now on, you should take care not to catch something like a cold yourself. She patted Maria's head as she said this, smiling oh my god, English? Roguishly? Is that what they want me to say? Rosa couldn't have known the name of the woman who was happily spoiling Maria. However, Maria had called it out in the beginning when the woman appeared. So even though Rosa had never met her, even though the woman still hadn't introduced herself, Rosa was able to know her name. However, that name held a special meaning on Rokkenjima and in the Ushiromiya family. There's no way something that stupid could be. Look at what we bought. I'll give you one too, Beato. She said Beato, not Beatrice. That's so cute. Using her nickname.
Happy Halloween.
Oh my god, I need this to be my ringtone for Halloween. I need this to be my alarm clock sound. Beato just saying Happy Halloween. Over and over. Please. I need that line recorded and sent to me. Oh, is this for me?
煉獄の闇にてさまよう男の唯一の明かりもこうして歌手となれば実に可愛らしいことよ。
How truly adorable that a candy would be made out of this, the lonely light of a man lost in the darkness of purgatory, unable to go to heaven or hell.
人の世とも人ならざる者との世とも切り離された今のこの島で
Right now, on this island that has been cut off from both the world of humans and the world of non-humans,
これほどふさわしい歌詞はないかもしれぬな。
there may be no more suitable suite. Is she implying that this is purgatory? Because she's like, oh, the lonely light of a man lost in the darkness of purgatory. And then she talks about how this is the most suitable suite. So this is kind of like purgatory? So I'm not wrong? I'm gonna take it as Beato confirming that I might be onto something, perhaps? I don't know, I'm being delusional. She's so chuny, but she really is a witch. True. Ah, I love that expression of hers.
Maria. それはどうしたのか?
Maria, what's wrong with that one? The witch noticed the sweet Maria was grasping. It was Maria's candy, which had been stomped on by Rosa until it reached its pitiful state. Got stepped on and smashed. Can you fix it, Beato? Maria didn't go so far as to say that it was her mother who'd stepped on it. However, for some reason, when the witch saw that candy, she looked at Rosa and grinned. A chill went down Rosa's spine as though this gaze was staring straight through her. It shall be easy. Give it to me. Maria held the candy out gleefully. Rosa could do nothing but watch, stunned. How did this person plan to trick Maria, somehow undoing the fact that the candy had been pitifully trampled? Maria looked as though she believed it could be fixed good as new. Without real magic, there was no way such a thing could be possible. My, it is quite crushed, isn't it? Come, Maria. Close your eyes and try to remember. Because it really was that wonderful a candy. The candy of your memories is always full and fluffy. So you try to remember as well. What kind of candy was it really? Along with those strange words spoken as though singing an improvised folk song, the witch threw the sweet into the air. Maria was closing her eyes and remembering just as the witch had told her to. What shape had that crushed candy really had? Therefore, only Rosa saw that scene. The sweet that had been thrown into the air burst into a gold color. No, that wasn't it. Those were golden butterflies. It scattered into several golden butterflies, and they began to gather at the witch's hand, which was held up to the sky. Oh, yes, I love her miserable expression. I want her to look like this all the time. And as she did this, unbelievably, it returned to its beautiful original form, no different from when it had been bought. Only Rosa and the witch witnessed that scene. She looks so... how do I put it? Miserable. And I like that. I like to see her like that. Unable to comprehend what was occurring but right before her eyes, Rosa stood with her mouth hanging open, completely forgetting to shut it. You may now open your eyes. Take it. With this, your suite has returned to normal. Beatrice is always incredible! Incredible! There was a stark contrast between Rosa's shock and Maria's innocent joy. Was that what the witch was laughing at? A smile floated to Beatrice's face, one different from the smile she'd shown Maria. I don't know, I kind of liked the way that it was worded. Beata was asking Maria to remember what the candy looked like, and it kind of makes me think of Kanon not really believing in Beato and basically forgetting about her and therefore maybe not being able to see her anymore. He doesn't seem like he can, or he wants to fully remember her, so he's kind of denying her existence and therefore not remembering her and forgetting about her, and then he can't see her anymore. I don't know, I feel like memory also has a lot to do with the whole existing thing, because I guess things don't exist if you don't remember them. I don't know, does that make sense? Maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but it's been mentioned twice in this stream already, like the whole memory thing. Does my face seem familiar? If you stare so fixedly, you might burn a hole through it. I'm sorry. Those words triggered something very clearly in Rosa's mind. Rosa knew this face. She knew it from the portrait of the witch. But no, wait, could this mystery woman really be...
Maria,
Maria, I give you this in exchange for the sweet you gave me. A letter? The witch pulled a western envelope from her pocket and gave it to Maria. However, when Maria made to open it, the witch stopped her. You must not. The time will soon come for you to open it, but until then, you absolutely must not. Take good care of it. That'll be your invitation to the Golden Land. The Golden Land! So you'll finally take me there. Take it and treat it with care. You must not show it to anyone. I'll keep that promise. You've always got to keep promises with witches. And this is for you. Me? She probably hadn't imagined that the witch would speak to her too. Rosa was bewildered by the second western envelope which was thrust before her. A second one? She'd seen this type of envelope before. There could be no mistake. It was one of Kinzo's special envelopes used when he wrote with his own hand bearing the Ushiromiya family crest. It was sealed with red sealing wax, and furthermore it had a mark that seemed to have been made by the head's ring. In other words, even without asking what was inside this letter, Rosa knew that this woman, whom Maria called Beatrice, was trusted enough to be placed in charge of a personal letter of the current Ushiromiya head. It could have been any of the four siblings. However, the fact that I have met you here probably means that you were chosen by Kinzo's roulette. Does that mean that Rosa is gonna die for sure? Thank God. Take her life! So take it.
そしてその中身を全兄弟の揃う晩餐の席上で読み上げよ。
Then read its contents aloud while seated at the dinner table while all of the siblings are gathered. What did you say? Rosa looked back and forth several times between the witch's face and the envelope that had been handed to her. Today was the family conference, and the biggest object of discussion would be the inheritance problem. So she had joined together with Eva and Rudolf, and they planned to force a certain condition on Klaus to try and extort several 100 million yen in cash out of him. It was as if the witch could see through all of that. What does she intend to announce when all of us siblings are gathered? And with a personal envelope that no one but the Ushiromiya head can use.
マリア、天気が崩れるぞ。
Maria, the weather is getting worse.
ゲストハウスへ戻り、昼を待つがよい。
Return to the guest house and wait for lunchtime.
それではローザ、後ほど会おう。
And Rosa, we will meet again later when I kill your
その
ass.
席で改めて名乗らせてもらおうぞ。
Allow me to introduce myself again at that time. Oh, it would be so good to see her actually get killed by Beato. That would be so good. The witch turned her back to her, laughing. Then she began to head towards the mansion with an air of composure. Maria energetically called out and watched her go, then began to dash toward the guest house, leaving Rosa behind, as though she wanted to inform the other cousins of her fortunate meeting with the witch as soon as she could. Alas, Rosa was left alone in the rose garden as the winds grew stronger, unable to do anything but pray that what had happened was just a daydream. There they go again about the dreaming. The whole dream! It's not a dream. Are you hallucinating? Is the absinthe making you hallucinate? Goodbye, Beato. It was nice. When the witch reached the entrance hall, Genji could be seen there. Genji welcomed the guest, approaching from the entrance hall with a respectful bow.
お待ちいたしておりました。
I have been waiting.
ベアトリーチェ様。
So he can see her too?
久しぶりだな、源氏。
Isn't that the sound when something gets updated? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there we go. It wasn't like water droplets this time. Maybe it's only when they die? I don't know. The mysterious visitor and 19th person who appeared on the day of the family conference. She goes by the same name as the Golden Witch who gave the gold to Genzo. Her reasons for visiting are unknown. She was ushered into the VIP room, which no one has been allowed to use in the past. We didn't know this already, but that's okay. It's kind of interesting that they're they're mentioning specifically that she goes by the same name, but it's not mentioned that it is the Golden Witch. It's only mentioned that she goes by the same name, which makes me think this is not the Beato, the Golden Witch Beato, but a different one? I don't know how that works, but very weird wording. Rosa is hallucinating because she's at level 5, L5 of Hinamizawa syndrome. Maybe. It would make sense. Okay, but there's gonna be an ad break in a few minutes, so I'm gonna take it now. And I'll be back in 3 minutes. I am back. Rosa should claw her throat out then. Maybe she should, but it would be more satisfying to see her get killed by someone else, you know? Thank you. Welcome back to you too, guys. And hello, Rebel. Good morning. Hope you're doing good today. It's been quite some time, Genji. I'm not tabbed into the game.
老いたではないか。
You've gotten old.
どれほどに老いようとも、家具は家具らしく、最後までお務めを果たすのみでございます。
Didn't he say that he didn't know her? I can't believe Genji lied. I think he was like, oh yeah, Beato died many, many years ago, but there's no denying Kinzo really loved her, and now she's like, oh, long time no see. You do know her. Beato should claw Rosa's throat out, fixed it, true. No matter how old it becomes, furniture carries out its work like furniture until the end.
晴れの妻がお前に嫉妬したことも懐かしい。
I remember how that man's wife used to be jealous of you. Oh, the old man yaoi is real? Beato is confirming the old man yaoi. Oh, my ship, it's settled. That's awesome. If there's a relative of Beato, I do now know. Oh, hey, I do not know. Oh, hey, Beato, yeah, he I can't believe he lied to us. And I believed him. I believed the old guy. She obviously died, but she was resummoned. But I think he also mentioned that he didn't know her. So it is strange for him to react like this, you know?
金蔵は元気か?
Is Kinzo doing well?
大変お元気にございます。
He's doing extremely well. Oh my god, she's so moe. I love her. She's so cute. I'm on my knees, crying, screaming. I love her with all of my heart. The witch probably laughed because she knew Kinzo's own doctor had announced that Kinzo didn't have long to live. However, if anyone actually looked at Kinzo and noticed his vigor, which wasn't at all what you'd expect from someone nearing the end of his life, they might easily call that doing extremely well. Maybe that's what the witch was laughing at.
挨拶に行こうではないか。
Then let us go and greet him.
30年ぶりに互いに呪いの言葉を吐き合うもよかろう。
I look forward to hurling curses at each other after 30 years. Okay, interesting. Interesting thing to say about their relationship. As the witch grinned, she started walking, leaving Genji behind. Her gait was like that of a family member who knew the inside of the mansion well. Genji followed her in the manner of one who served her. At that time, Kirie came out of the parlor. She'd probably gone out to fix her makeup or something. And when she saw Genji following a witch, she was surprised, although her expression did not change. That she's just here and everyone can see her? What is happening? Kirie's just like, yeah, okay. That's really funny. She's like, yeah, sure, alright. That's just bad though. Alright then. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Rosa, Genji, Kirie, and Maria. Everyone is just seeing her. Nothing phases her. She's just like, yeah, average day at the Ushiromiya mansion, man. It's kind of weird to hear fishy aroma now because, you know what? After the last stream, I've been exclusively listening to fishy aroma. When I would drive to work, I will listen to this. When I drive back home, I listen to this. On repeat, mind you. I go somewhere on the train, I listen to this. I'm just sitting around at home, I listen to this. It's so good. And now it's like, it's so weird listening to this in Umineko because like, it's become such an integral part of my life that it's weird to hear it now outside of like driving to work and stuff. It's really funny. Kitty must be spinning the board around like crazy right now. It seemed like she was just... It was even mentioned that she wasn't surprised. Or, well, she was surprised, but it didn't really seem like she was actually surprised. It's like, yeah, she's aware of her existence and everything, I assume. There's something more going on with Kitty, I'm pretty sure. When I first heard Fishy Aroma, I was hooked. It's so good. Fishy Aroma on a car pulling pranks on other drivers. It's your theme IRL. If only that could be my theme IRL. This is such a good track. I love it. My personal favorite has to be Happy Maria. Like, is that an actual... You mean Maria being happy? That the reaction? Or is that like a soundtrack name? You know, the Umineko soundtrack names are kind of crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if there is one called Happy Maria. The song, interesting. I don't think I know which one that is though. Okay, I haven't heard it yet. Okay. We'll get to that. I guess Kinzo had arrived, despite him being almost dead, on the day of the family conference when the fate of the inheritance was to be decided. And furthermore, this person was familiar enough with the Ushiromiya family household that Genji was following behind her. Kitty immediately realized that this person she had never met before was deeply important. Kitty and the witch's eyes met. Realizing that it would be rude to pretend not to notice, she greeted the witch.
はじめまして。
It's a pleasure to meet you.
ルドルフの5歳だったか。
Okay, so she hasn't met her yet, but she's aware that she is special somehow. But you must surely recognize her face, no? Door to Summer. I think it appears in episode 4. I can't remember. Okay, I look forward to it then. You were Rudolph's second wife, yes?
さようでございます。
Genji, she doesn't mean you.
ルドルフ様の今の奥方様であられます。
Correct, this is Kiria-sama, Rudolph-sama's current wife. From this exchange, Kiria realized that this was a guest of fairly high rank, even amidst the Ushiromiya family. And the fact that this was a guest on that level, coupled with her resemblance to the portrait in the entrance hall, made Kiria's eyes instantly open wide. Yes! Girl is finally getting some brain action. Whoa! What? Huh?
はじめまして。
Did the painting just change? What is happening? What just happened? What is going on? That was so cool. I wanted to look at it more. It was gone so quick. Genji desperately trying to cut the tension. Yeah. Episode 4. Okay, okay. Magic is happening, dear Spooky. Oh my god. I don't believe in it. Gotta magic up the new fashion you're into now. If only that worked in real life too. Pleased to meet you.
キリエと申します。
I'm Kiria.
初対面でしょうか。
I wonder if this is our first meeting. Well,
もし以前に挨拶をしていたなら、名前を忘れてしまって申し訳ございません。
if we have met before, I apologize for forgetting your name.
うすうすは想像がついているくせに、わらわにあえて名乗らそうというのか。
Oh, you intend to force me to state my name, even though you already have a vague idea of the answer? Kiria thought she'd given a sociable and humble greeting. Her expression grew slightly cloudy at that openly oppressive response. At any rate, this didn't seem to be a person she could grow to like. But if Kiria's guesses were correct, this witch probably held a vital key to what her own husband was most interested in. Something that couldn't help but influence tonight's family conference. So without shooting back a retort, Kiria silently watched her go up the stairs to the second floor with Genji following behind. So, when someone tapped her shoulder from behind, she was so surprised she almost choked. It was Natsuhi.
キリエさん、このようなところに立ち尽くして。
Kiria-san, why are you standing still in a place like
い
this?
かがなさいましたか？
Are you not feeling well?
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry.
ちょっと魔女の肖像画に見とれていただけです。
I was just fascinated by the portrait of the witch for a bit.
黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェですか？
Oh, you mean the golden witch Beatrice?
今日の後宮家の復興は、彼女が授けた黄金がなければ成し遂げられなかったとか。
The one whose gold was supposedly necessary for the revived Ushiromiya family we see today.
お父様らしい幻想的なお話ですね。
Quite a fantastical story, just what one might expect from father. Natsuhi spoke in a perfectly ordinary way. It was the sort of comment you'd expect from someone convinced that the thought of a witch existing was ridiculous, no more than another of Kinzo's ramblings. However, for some reason, that point of view didn't seem quite right to Kiria now. Just a moment ago, she herself had seen the Golden Witch come in from the entrance hall and climb up the stairs. So Natsuhi's words made it feel as though someone was trying to deny the existence of that person, or else make it seem like she was never there to begin with.
ごめんなさい。
Well, well, well. I wonder what the truth is. The soundtrack for the whole series is epic and vast. I've collected many of the scores and read through them for practice. I actually want to buy the vinyl, but damn, the shipping cost is crazy. It's like 30 euros or something just for the shipping. So it ends up being like close to, what was it, 70? 70 bucks for the vinyl, and it pains me. It's very painful. But it's probably worth it. I'm probably still gonna get it, but ouchie. Ouch, 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 ouch.
少し頭痛がする気がして。
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm getting a bit of a headache.
ちょっと休もうと思います。
I think I'll rest for a little while.
あら、そうですか?
Oh, is that so?
なら、良い頭痛薬がありますよ。
Then I have some good headache medicine.
用意させましょう。
I get it for you. The vinyl itself is cheap. It could have easily cost double. That is very true. It is very fairly priced in my opinion. Pretty good. The hallway in front of Kinzo's study was filled with a scent of sweet poison, peculiar to that green liquor. Genji, who was completely used to it, did not grimace, and the Golden Witch didn't grimace either.
この中からどれほど出ぬのか。
How long has he been in there since he last left?
すでに数年になるかと思います。
I believe it has already been several years. Also, how is she gonna get in through the door if there's like the scorpion thingy? Or does it not matter when the door is open? Is sharing medicine a common bonding activity for women? I don't know. Maybe? Through magic. It's supposed to repel magic though.
それほどまでにわらわをカゴの鳥としたいか。
Is he that desperate to turn me into a bird in a cage? Well, that doesn't really sound that good. But isn't she already trapped here? Doesn't that technically already make her a bird in a cage if she's trapped on Rokenjima? How pitiful.
それを願うそなたが今やカゴの鳥。
By now, you're the bird in a cage.
書斎の亡霊ではないか。
You're the ghost of the study, are you not?
それに気づけぬとは哀れな男よ。
How pitiful that he's unable to recognize even that. Ghost of this study. What the hell does she mean by that? I feel like everything she says has a double meaning, and my brain is just empty. Bird in a slightly smaller cage. Very small cage, actually.
あなた様と再びお会いする日までは、おそらく文字通り亡霊となっても研究を続けられるでしょう。
Until he meets you again, he'll probably continue his research even after literally becoming a ghost.
愛か狂気か妄執か。
Is it love or madness or a
そ
delusion?
れも講じれば魔力となるか。
And yet, perhaps even those can form magical power when strong enough.
悲しき魔術師よ。
You sad magician. The witch grasped the doorknob to the study. Youch! Oh, owie! When she did that, there was a sound like that of flesh burning and splitting open. That is not something you want to feel or see. It was the sound of the doorknob literally burning the witch's hand.
ベアトリーチェ様。
なんだこれは。
What is this?
魔除けか。
A ward against magic.
あやつめ。こんなものに頼らなければ、己神も保てぬというのか。
Is that person unable to get by without relying on something like this? I'm actually curious. If he wants to see Beato and he wants to meet her, why the hell does he have this on his door? I didn't even question that, but like, if you want to see her, why would you have something on your door that literally repels her? That's so weird. Wasn't that a Home Alone trap? I think so, actually, yeah. Her brain starts revving up when Beato's talking. It does. Perhaps he didn't know. He didn't know what? That he's repelling a witch? I'm pretty sure he knows. Yes, I did unlock her profile. Yes, yes, yes. We did look at it too. Look at her. She's so cute. I like this face that she has. Very cute.
その扉はベアトリーチェ様にはおつらいものと伺っております。
All the other things or rituals conjure up, probably. Maybe. Maybe other witches trying to get his ass. I have heard that this door would cause you great pain, Beatrice-sama.
私がお開けいたしましょうか。
Shall I open it?
いや、よい。
No, it is fine. I love this expression. She's so cute.
あやつが勝てば、わらわは永遠の籠の鳥。
If he wins, I'll be a bird in a cage for all eternity.
あやつが負ければ、愛に狂い、すべてを失った哀れな魔術師の生涯が笑い草となって残るだけ。
If he loses, only the life of a laughing stock will be left, the life of a pitiful magician who went mad with love and lost everything.
もはや金蔵もわらわさえもゲーム版に並べられた駒に過ぎぬ。
Already, Kinzo and even I are nothing more than pieces laid out on the game board.
あとはルーレットの目が勝敗を分けるだけよ。
All that is left is for the roulette to decide who wins and who
ル
loses.
ーレットが目を見せるまでわらわと金蔵が再会する必要はない。
Until the roulette shows its results, there is no need for me and Kinzo to meet again. The witch looked at her hand, which was beginning to heal bit by bit, even though it had been horribly burned.
あるいはそのための魔除けなのか。
Or perhaps that is why he has this ward here in the first place.
なるほど。それもまた潔し。
Yes, perhaps even that is honorable in its own way. I feel like she just dropped all the lore on me and I'm not connecting the dots. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to understand what exactly she's referencing and hinting at, but I feel like she just hinted at stuff pretty obviously, and people who understand the story of Umineko are probably nodding along and being like, wow, I can't believe she just said that so openly.
すべては今や金蔵のゲーム版の上よ。
By now, everything sits on top of Kinzo's game board.
気に入ったぞ金蔵。
I like it, Kinzo.
そなたとのゲーム楽しませてもらうぞ。
Allow me to enjoy my game with you.
わらわに恋焦がれ、すべての生涯を投げ出したローマ術師の最後のギャンブル。その散りざまを楽しませてもらうぞ。
To enjoy the failure of the final gamble, of the old magician who fell in love with me and threw away his entire life. Pop off, Queen. Get his ass. We'd love to see him struggle. Good for her. Real. She's enjoying it, I think, a little bit.
誰か。
Who is it?
失礼いたします。
Excuse me.
昼食をお持ちいたしました。
I have brought lunch.
入れ。
Oh my god, hello! Enter.
失礼いたします。
Excuse me. Every time that I see her and the scene ends, I think that it's gonna be the last scene that we see her in for a while, but then it just keeps going. We just keep getting more Beato content, and I'm so happy. After receiving approval, Kanan entered the VIP room, pushing the serving cart that carried lunch. The servants called this room the witch's VIP room. That was because Kinzo strictly ordered that it always be kept clean so that it could be used at any time. Even so, guests would not be allowed into this room no matter who they were. That's why, at some point, the servants had started calling it the VIP room, which was supposed to be set aside only to welcome the special person Kinzo waited for. The witch from that portrait. And today, Kanan realized that this was absolutely true. When he entered the room, the blonde-haired witch was gazing out the window. Outside, the rain was no longer falling weakly. as she looked out at the beautiful rose garden, which had been tended to over several days for today's sake. As she saw the winds and rain ravage it, as she struck by some sentimental feelings? Kanan was not able to tell anything from her back, which faded from him. What? I read that so wrong, which phased him. The main character is finally here. Yeah, I mean, it's literally the game's icon, so she is the main character. I will prepare the meal. Kanan went out of his way to call out the witch's name, hoping that she'd turn around. He wanted to know. He wanted to know if the witch who tempted him and Shannon in the past had really appeared again. When he did, the witch whose name had been called laughed, her back still facing him. Holding back her voice, she laughed. Kanan was startled. It was almost as though she had read his mind and knew that he had called out to her, hoping to make her turn around. It smells good. It appears Klaus hired a good cook. Yes, he's called Goda and was employed here recently. There's nothing better than being skilled at cooking. Goda will be very happy to know that Beato is a fan of his practice and the fact that he can cook very well. Goda glaze, for real, the only glaze he'll ever get. I'll only believe she's the main character if she also has an Ace Attorney objection sprite. I sure hope so! All those dots before the yes, you just know that Kanan hates that guy. True? The ellipses really speak for themselves. Oh yeah, alright. I don't know how I forgot, but she's obviously a foodie, so of course she would praise Golda for being a good cook, you know? Very important. Delicious food completes the 3 pillars of pleasure for living in the human world. It is the secret to preventing boredom after 1,000 years. I mean, I guess the reason why everyone can see her is maybe because she was revived in episode 1, I guess. I just assumed that it would repeat like in Higurashi, where everything kind of goes back the same way it was before, but I guess it's not really the case here, and I'm just going to assume that she's here because she was revived, which would make sense, and it still kind of repeats or goes back in time. Fellow foodie. Natsuki couldn't see her, I don't think. Probably. I think she might have just already left by the point that Natsuki came out from the parlor. Kanan and the witch's eyes met. Did I read that? Yes, I did. Then she grinned. Without a doubt. Certainly. This was clearly the witch from that day, Beatrice. The witch that no one but he and Shannon could see in the past finally held a form, and had arrived openly as a guest through the entrance hall. It has been a long time. Kanon, the furniture. I love her. It has been quite some time. Kanan tried to remember to be polite to his guest for the time being, but the visit of this suspicious witch made the dark cloud start to enshroud his heart, especially considering that today was the family conference. You appear to be uneasy about what I plan to do now that I have appeared. The music is good. Am I right? Also, I've just recently noticed, but do all of them have black eyes except for Beato? And I think Maria also has blue-ish eyes. They're not entirely black, but except for Beato, no one has any color in their eyes. Kanan didn't force an answer. This witch probably reads minds. It's pointless to go to the trouble of saying it out loud. Of course she could read even his inner resistance. Thank you for toggling the gown, Rice. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Hi, hi. Give her shades. She has to match. They're slightly tinted, I think. You think everyone else's eye colors are tinted or just Maria's? Because I feel like Maria has like slightly blue eyes and everyone else is just kind of so dark that I couldn't tell any difference between them. Beato has like very bright blue eyes. Color contacts. I imagine that's just shorthand for having brown eyes like default normal and Beato stands out. I mean, that would make sense, you know, considering that she is, you know, I don't know, is she a Western woman? We don't really know that much about her, but she has a Western name. And she has blonde hair, even though Jessica has the same color, actually. I don't know. Maybe that's just because, you know, she's supposed to be Western, and Westerners, I don't know, very stereotypically, I don't know, have blue eyes. I don't know. They look exotic in a way. I don't know. So the witch giggled at Kanon's childish defiance. I came to fulfill my final promise with Kinzo. Your final promise with the master? I lent Kinzo a mountain of gold. When Kinzo gives that up, it will be returned to me with interest. I came to accept that interest tonight. I don't know what you're talking about. Did he, like, give... Is the interest his children and their, like, spouses and stuff? Is that, like, oh, I'm gonna sacrifice all of my children for all the gold? I will give birth to all the children and they will have spouses and you can murder all of them for the gold, for 10 metric tons of gold? That's fucked up. That would be very fucked up, but I 100% can see Kinzo doing shit like that. 1,000,000,000%. She has a Western name, but so does everyone else. Yeah, but Beato is like what inspired Kinzo to become super Western focused, no? So that's why he gave his children those names too. Rumpelstilzchen. I know the name of the story. Okay, I'm not a real German. Okay, I don't know what the story is actually about. I'm so sorry. I don't have a clue what Rumpelstilzchen is actually about. I also can't fucking pronounce it, even though I speak German. Rumpelstilzchen. There you go. Fuck that guy, true. I'm so sure that he gave birth to his children for this shit. Or, well, he didn't give birth to them. That'd be... I mean, maybe he did through magic. He gave birth to all of his children. My bad. Empreg, let's go. Umineko Empreg! Kinzo Ushiromiya gave birth to 4 wonderful children. Popular in English too. He spends gold in return for your firstborn. Oh, yeah, wait, I remember. Yeah, true. About a little gnome guy who gives a woman the ability to spin gold in exchange for her firstborn child. Damn. For golden magic, anything is possible. Yeah. Empreg Kinzo. Who would have thought? Maybe Genji is the other father. Who knows? At this point, anything is possible. However, uncertainty began to gather in his heart. Whatever this witch had to say, it couldn't be anything good. Beautiful. Every time I see her, I become so happy.
違いない。
There's no mistake.
魔女の話にろくなものはないぞ。
Whenever witches have something to say, it's never anything good.
そなたは正しい。
You're correct.
されど、魔女とハサミは使いようだ。
However, like scissors, the potential of witches depends entirely on how they are used.
ソロモン王のように偉業を成し遂げる者も時にはおる。
Sometimes there are those like King Solomon who succeed in great exploits.
最も多くの場合は童話が語るようにろくな目には合わんがな。
However, most who make use of us end up meeting a cruel fate, just like in fairy tales.
しかし金蔵も食えぬ。
But Kinzo is
わらわの
crafty.
利子の取り立てすらも自らの儀式に取り込みおった。
He has incorporated even my collection of the interest into his ceremony. Okay. So, I'm gonna assume that he was supposed to trade in something else for the gold? I don't know what. His soul, I'm assuming, because we had talks about souls and like eating souls and stuff like that. So maybe he was supposed to give his soul, but he was like, oh, hold up, I can give you 4 souls. At the very least, you can have so many more in exchange for 10 metric tons of gold. Beto has 100 demons, so she mocks Solomon's mere 72. Yeah, what a pleb. I can't believe it. He only has 72 demons? That's so cringe.
わらわをも超えるとてつもない大魔術師か。
Is he an absurdly powerful magician who can surpass even me?
さもなければ狂気に取りつかれたただの知れ者か。
Or else a mere fool possessed by madness.
面白い。
Amusing.
実に面白い。
Truly amusing. Hanan couldn't guess what the witch was muttering and laughing about. All he knew was that anything that made this witch laugh must have the exact opposite meaning for everyone else. And in the back of his mind, how the horrifying words the witch had spat at him in the past began to resurface. Interesting thing to say, considering Kinzo wants to see her smile, so maybe he wants his children to die. I don't remember if she said she has 100, but it could be. It seems about right. Man, I love that outfit on her. I love dresses like that. She's beautiful. I also want some of them to die. True. By my hand, even. What, do you think I'd lend you my power and ask for nothing in exchange? I'd gladly assist a pair in love. And in exchange, I'll enjoy watching the cruel fate they'll eventually meet. I've never come across a better show, not over the course of 1,000 years. Could it be that you... Well... The collection of souls will begin soon.
懐かしき故郷を貫く鮎の川。
Behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved hometown.
黄金鏡を目指す者よ。これを下りて鍵を探す。
You who seek the golden land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. The witch suddenly began to recite a bizarre poem. The epitaph. It was something he remembered hearing.
それはまさか魔女の碑文。
Could it be the witch's epitaph? There was no mistake. It was the epitaph that accompanied the portrait of the witch Kinzo had put on display. The relatives had guessed that it referred to the location of the hidden gold, but no one knew what it meant for sure. The witch suddenly began reciting that epitaph.
カノン、家具である貴様なら金蔵から聞いていよう。
Kanon, since you are furniture, I imagine you've heard about it from Kinzo.
すべてを黄金鏡へ返す日がやってきたのだ。
The day when everything will be returned to the Golden Land has come.
喜ぶがいい。
Rejoice.
お前の恥辱にまみれた家具の日々が、ようやく終わる時がやってきたのだ。
The day when you will be freed of the shame of living as furniture has finally arrived.
お前はそれをずっと望んできたはず。
I believe you've wanted that for a long time.
自らに存在価値を持たぬ家具にとって、ただ存在するだけの日々は苦痛に他ならない。
To furniture which finds no value in its own existence, merely existing day to day must be nothing but agony. Well, she's not wrong. You would think that way, but I don't think he truly believes of him that he's like actually furniture. He just doesn't, I don't know, want to let himself believe and have his hopes crushed. I don't know. Something like that. There's meant to be many more out there. I only knew that I only knew like a couple of the ones that showed up in the credits, like the names of the demons. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of them.
魂ある者にとって写しよは固執すべきものだが、亡き者にとって写しよは苦害でしかないからの。
To those with souls, this world is worth clinging to. But those without souls find this world to be full of nothing but suffering. Does not have a soul. So humans would have a soul. Oh god, this is the whole soul talking again. So the humans on this island have a soul, but furniture does not have a soul. So therefore their existence is suffering. I feel like I was going somewhere with saying that and I forgot what I was gonna say. Good job. What did I want to say? Oh no, I forgot. Anyway, whatever. Complicated expressions flitted across Kanon's face. This was the day of release that Kanon had been looking forward to. However, the coming of this day had been mercilessly sudden, and for some reason he didn't like the hateful tone used by this witch as she informed him of the coming of this long-awaited day of rest. Now, I know where I was going with reciting that. So, I think I said in the last stream that it almost feels like Kinzo and Beato are having some kind of, I don't know, duel, I don't know. And they're having a game of sorts, and they're talking about winning and losing constantly. So what if Kinzo got like a few of the children from the Fukuin, I think it was called, house, and, I don't know, took their souls away and basically made them empty husks in order to use them as weapons against Beato? I don't know. I'm shrugging my shoulders, which you can't see. That's what I'm thinking right now. Duel. When souls revive in the Golden Land, furniture without souls might not. I think I do remember Beato making Kanon, or was it Kanon? Shannon for sure, basically melt in the tea party, if I'm not completely mistaken. So I think she can revive them. I don't know if they maybe can like retrieve their souls or something. Like, I don't know. It is a bit complicated in my brain right now. They're not doing a very good job. Give them weapons. Didn't work out that well for Kanon last time, but you know, he's got plenty of time to learn how to fight a witch. Maybe if witches don't have souls either, maybe the servants without souls are able to also learn magic or use other weapons. I don't know. I'm really just making shit up as I go, but this is like what my brain is conjuring right now, so I apologize if it sounds like crazy talk. Beato did remark on the furniture thing being a strategy he was using. I don't really remember that, but I'm gonna trust you on that. I probably just forgot. I think that's where I got the whole it being a game from. in the first place. And for some reason, he didn't like the hateful tone used by the Switch as she informed him of the coming of this long-awaited day of rest. Kanan couldn't even decide what emotion he should be feeling. Why do you not rejoice? Could you actually have some regrets left in the real world? As mere furniture? I have no regrets. Because I am furniture. You truly are a model specimen of furniture. How nice, how nice. However, it won't be any fun if you have no regrets at all. Are you saying regrets are how you find pleasure? That is correct. Most witches who live for 1,000 years get tired of life. In order to escape boredom, I adorn people's fates with fruit and brandy and cook them like cakes. You cook cake? I find humans dancing through oppressive fates inside an oven to be so very entertaining. An oven? What is she talking about? Of course it's crazy talk. Magic isn't real. No! This work coffee table, no! He's more than that. He's at least a lamp. Better cook. She got hungry and started using food metaphors again. True, actually. It all makes perfect sense. You see, I'm actually a tad famous in this regard. So much so that rare guests come from far away to see my skills at cooking. Is she referring to cooking Kinzo? Perhaps this is something that mere furniture cannot understand. Kanan couldn't understand what the witch was saying. However, he fully realized that this was a terrifying being who treated the fate of humans as a show, enjoying it whenever some harm befell them. However, furniture has no soul or life, much less a fate. Pitiful furniture does nothing but serve until the day they're released from the real world. To furniture like that, the witch who had come to release them from everything was a being who, to be received with overflowing affection. Even though the day Kanan should have been waiting impatiently for had come, he was confused by his own inability to accept it easily. Why was it? The face of Shannon, the person he loved as a sister, rose to his mind, and for some reason, Jeshka's face did too. Yippee! He cares for Jeshka! I'm happy. Kanan bit his lower lip hard enough that it hurt. Thinking about Jeshka like that was something furniture must never do. Yes, do think of her like that! It is very cute, in fact. Even though he thought he'd known that, even though he'd complained about Chanon's relationship, why was it that Jeshka rose into his mind at a time like this? He felt a little shameful at his own naivete. Naivety? I don't know. Naivety, maybe. And to forget about Jeshka, he turned his thoughts to Shannon. Shannon is also furniture. She has no reason not to rejoice at the coming of the day when all will return to nothingness. But Shannon, through her relationship with Joji, has experienced an emotion forbidden to furniture. Sorry, I need to... All will return to nothingness? This is very interesting wording, hinting at the fact that they were never anything to begin with and that they were conjured from nothing and will return to nothing, that they were actually never human to begin with? I don't know. Very intrigued by the choice of words. Is French turned English? Maybe any works? Yeah, I think I always say naivete, but yeah, I never know if it's actually correct. That line, yeah, it's because of the log, it always breaks up the words so weirdly. Which is nothing before the Big Bang, though. I don't know. With Ryukishi, I feel like it's very intentional. But Chanon, through her relationship with Joji, has experienced an emotion forbidden to furniture. Even though she isn't qualified to be bonded with him, she's still trapped in a dream that she isn't allowed to have. Will Shannon be able to joyfully accept this development? No, she won't. Shannon still has lingering regrets. Those will probably become a great source of pain and torture for her. And those lingering regrets were planted by none other than this witch. Why? Because that would be more interesting, nothing more.
Shannon は待ちわびていたはずの日に知ってはならない感情を持ち
This day that Shannon should have been waiting impatiently for will probably be a harsh burden for her,
とても辛い思いを強いられるだろう
giving her emotions that she must never experience.
僕たち家具を解放する日を手土産に訪れてくれたあなたに感謝する
I thank you for granting me, us furniture, the day of our release.
そしてシャノンにその日を受け入れがたくしたお前を憎む
And I hate you for making this day so difficult for Shannon to accept. Hello, Digilans. Welcome in. Hope you're doing good today.
お前もシャノン同様に未練に苦しませてやりたかったぞ。
I wanted to make you suffer from your regrets as well, just like Shannon.
しかしお前は愚直に家具であり続け、わらわに籠絡されることもなかった。
However, you continue to live like furniture with foolish honesty, never getting ensnared by me.
しかし、シャノンを慕いすぎたようだな。
And yet, it seems you love Shannon a little too dearly, right? True. Technically, he shouldn't be feeling that way towards Shannon either.
シャノンの未練がそなたの未練となる。
Shannon's regrets are now your regrets.
それはわらわへの憎悪へと変わるのか?
Will those feelings transform into hatred for me? Yes, they will. Yes, they have. Is furniture allowed to hate? Good question. Isn't hate like a very similar emotion to love? So in the end, it's kind of the same thing. How good is your unemployment package, Beto? Probably really good. He gets to drink tea all day. If you wish to kill me, give it a try. Please don't, actually. Don't die again. As Kinzo's furniture, you should have at least that much power, right? So they do have the power to kill her, but he maybe just doesn't know how yet? The real hatred is ignorance. I mean, yeah, if you deny her existence and just forget about her, then I guess that would be, you know, denying everything that she is, which would be the real killing her, right? Technically, you could kill her like that by just forgetting about her and denying her existence. I wonder if Batara will be able to see her. However, if you kill me, then the day of rest for furniture will not come for all eternity. Could you bear to live with that? Are you truly capable of resisting when I try to release you? Kneel. What? Okay. I'll do it. kneeling right now. I'll be right back. Oh. How do I return, actually? There we go. Done. Done kissing her shoes. Kneel and kiss my shoes! Otherwise, I will leave this place. I'll go back and never show myself again for all eternity. I don't know if that's good or bad. He got one shot by the stake. I think he never got to try. That's true. He tried like swinging whatever weapon he grabbed, and like it was dark in that room too. I don't know. Wasn't really a fair fight. Madara has a bad wavelength. Yeah, he can't see witches. Problematic 1,000-year age gap. Well, not between me and her. Who knows? Maybe I'm also 1,000 years old. It's totally fine.
No, Kanon.
So, Kanon. Do you think you could bear to live like that? If the door to the Golden Land is opened, your heart life as furniture will end. If you desire, I can even give you life as a human. After that, you'll be on the same level as Jessica. Surely you want to experience the taste of love. There's no point trying to hide it. After seeing Shannon indulging in the sea of sweet love, you grew jealous. You're sorely tempted to know the taste of love. Man, we have the master rage baiter right here. Stop it! Stop it! Are you trying to ensnare me again? I won't be reduced to a toy for your amusement. Then I'll be satisfied with Shannon alone. After all, you aren't the only one who was implanted with a seed. Isn't this is not the first time seeds are being mentioned, right? This is the second time. I think they mentioned something like that before in the last stream too. Oh, what the hell do you mean by that? Even fruiting plants sometimes fail to bear fruit after all. The one who obtains the key must then travel to the Golden Land in accordance with these rules. One who obtains the key. So maybe there is really one person behind it all. On the first twilight, offer the 6 chosen by the key as sacrifices. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart the 2 who are close. The witch recited the epitaph again. It was so sudden and diverged so strongly from the current topic. However, that challenging smile made it seem almost as though she was using that epitaph as a threat against Kanon. Bad for real furniture that is tired of being sat on and pushed around. A seed of humanity. Something like that. She means Shannon's love is also a seed that'll grow into a fruit. Okay, okay. Do you not understand? For the ceremony of the epitaph to succeed, at the second twilight, 2 who are close must be offered as sacrifices. Oh no. Oh no, it's gonna be two different people this time, isn't it? Could be any two who are close. So, okay, judging by how this episode started, I'm gonna assume that this time around it might be Joji and Shannon, unless Kanan kind of offers himself up and maybe someone else will die with him. Probably Jessica. Gonna have cute romantic moments this night? Mm-mm. A husband and wife, or even a pair of lovers. According to the rules of the ceremony, who will be selected is up to me to decide on a whim. Don't you think there could be no more fitting sacrifice for the second Twilight than Shannon as she is now? I mean, she isn't wrong, she is fitting, but it's fucked up. Gotta start making moves on Jessica fast to take Shannon's place, but that would also kill Jessica! Whim or roulette battle, which is it? True, what is it? Roulette is pretty random. A whim is, I mean, I guess it's also random, so maybe it doesn't matter all that much. You dirty... Kanan realized something. Until today, he thought he'd given up everything else and lived as furniture, acting like furniture. But in reality, that wasn't true. He loved Shannon too dearly. Therefore, when Shannon was in pain, Kanan shared in that. If only Shannon had continued to live as furniture, indifferently like Kanan without any regrets in this world, he wouldn't have had to be in so much pain. The witch planned to toy with Shannon, who had known the taste of love. No, whom she had taught the taste of love, as she killed her. She wouldn't be welcomed into the Golden Land and granted a compassionate release. Instead, if the witch had her way, she'd be used as a sacrifice, subjected to the utmost of torture and pain, and forcibly turned into a human foundation for this evil ceremony. And this witch would probably make Shannon meet this horrible fate for no reason other than that it was amusing to her. Furthermore, she was threatening to do this so that she could make Kanan, who was never submitted to the witch, finally give in. It was that simple. In the end, though he had tried to resist the witch and avoid pleasing her, it only made things more amusing for her. After all, he was furniture. No, a toy. They were nothing but toys meant only to distract her from her boredom. That'd be kind of fucked up. Start making moves on Rosa, but not many singles on this island. True, maybe Rosa should go down with him. Though I don't want Kanan to die, though. Kanan and Genji are pretty close. No! No! Gotta start hitting on Rosa. 3 problems solved right there. I support that. Damn. What will you do, Kanan? If you kneel, I might refrain from choosing Shannon as a sacrifice. See? I've always wanted to make a toy like you surrender someday. She's so cute. Without even a fragment of elegance, the witch sneered at Kanan and laughed indecently. That's right, she predicted Kanan's submission even before he'd made the decision himself. Kanan chose to get down on both knees in front of the witch. It didn't matter what happened to himself. However, the one thing he couldn't bear to see was Shannon, who had given him his only reason to live during his days as furniture, being toyed with like this. That was why kissing the shoes of the witch was an easy oath for Kanan to make, and his quivering lips actually touched the witch's shoe. Beatrice let a look of ecstasy rise to her face, then laughed with a voice filled to bursting. Oh wow, hello, red background. I wonder if this means that he's pledging his, I don't know, how do you say this? Allegiance to Beato instead of Kinzo? If, you know, Kinzo and Beato are kind of betting against each other, how I'm assuming that they are, Kinzo is basically losing his little toy, right? This is what that means, technically? I don't know. Goza. Good ship. For definitely not doomed to fail. He's so happy. Would you deny someone who's enjoying herself so much? Swap with me, please. Real. Swap with me and let me kiss her shoes, please. I love you, Beto. I want to be him so bad. Why can it not happen to me? At that moment, the witch who had grown bored of life after 1,000 years was completely filled with the evil emotion that she lived for. She's enjoying this shit so much. She is a sadist. I got all of chat lining up here. I'm gonna go first, okay, guys? Oh, that's really funny. Anyway, it's time to end the stream. We're gonna leave it on a good note. I think that was actually kind of fucked up what she said to him, but I also kind of love it when she's rage baiting him. I think it's kind of funny. She should do that more often. She should rage bait more people. I think that's really cool. I hope that she just runs into the parlor and talks to them randomly, making them all fucking reverse pog. Okay, I'm gonna look for someone to wait because it is late and I'm hungry. I wanna go eat food. Who is live right now? There's a lot of options today. There is a lot of options today. Jesus, I never scrolled down this much. Okay, cannot rate that person. They're playing Deltarune. I saw that Tip is streaming, so let's rate her. She's playing Straftat. Oh no, is she just now going on a break? Well, that's okay. When the break is over, you get to see her play Straftat. She's really cool. She's a bear cat VTuber. She's really nice. I played VR chat with her, Skip, and Nu, and I forgot their username. Shit. Was it Kuro? Oh, I forgot their name. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, we all played VR chat the other day. Yeah, thank you for being here today. I'll be back with more Umineko on Sunday. Kura, not Kuro. My God, thank you. Let me see. Thank you for being here, Makels, Lark, Grak, Fita. I'm just gonna say Clap, Jazz, Austin, Atai, and Skip. Thank you. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye bye.